Welcome to Safe Place for Toxic Masculinity Podcast. It's your boy, Trap, a.k.a. The Big 8, here with my nigga Push the God, Marcus MCZ, King. What's up, motherfuckers?
Why are you smiling?
I don't know.
What's so funny?
You want to know honestly?
Mm-hmm.
Because when I looked at you just now, I started, your brothers, we're happy and we're singing and we're colored. That's what started playing in my head.
You're weird.
It's because of the fro, bro. You got to wipe the right side off, too.
It explains why that text message you just showed me. Those are the kind of friends you keep.
Those are the kind of friends that I
those
keep.
are the kind of thoughts you have.
No, it was like that. You look like you.
It makes sense.
Nah, it's not. It's not even.
It
close
aligns
to
with each other.
It's not even close to the same thing. It's just Spanish niggas being Spanish niggas. You feel me? You pour me up some Migos.
Nasty ass shit.
This shit is alright.
Shit is gross.
We gotta get some Don Julio in the spot, but this will do for now. What's good, Push?
You're just watching a delay on the video.
Yo, so you doing fasting? Is this like if it's not religious, it's just purposefully putting yourself through a disciplinary process?
So the 5% nation of gods and earths also follows.
Practice Ramadan?
Yes.
You a 5%er?
Push to God.
Indeed. Touche.
There'll be 4 more Sundays of this fasting. May 1st, Ramadan ends.
But are you supposed to sit still?
I wasn't sitting still. Today I sat still. But yesterday I worked. It's just, if I'm here at 6:30 when I'm going to break the fast while we're recording.
Indeed, indeed.
So I made sure that I ate so that I can be here to participate, because having not fasted the past couple of years, I think the pandemic years I missed. The last time I fasted was 2019.
I want to do a water fast. Like 72 hours.
I mean, those are easier to do because, like, even the water, like, nourishes some of the hunger and shit.
You can't drink water? Oh.
So, like, from this morning, from, like, 4:56, the fast began. And at that time, I was in the ER because this motherfucker hurt herself last night. So I missed my eating time because I was in the ER waiting for her to go through triage.
What the fuck she did? Fell?
No, she said she didn't even fall. She said she was fucking dancing. Her fucking knee hurt now. That it hurts for her to straighten it. She went, she got an MRI. And they said that they don't see anything wrong with it. They said, just rest. If it still feels like this in a couple of days, come back.
It's probably that same shit up under. Probably. She talking about up under, right? In the knee.
It's in the knee, but I don't know what it is. She can't walk on it, but it doesn't hurt for her to bend it and put weight on it when it's bent. So, like, today was probably the roughest of the 2 days for fasting because I didn't get to eat when I woke up.
Sunrise, sundown. Is it a longer?
It's not necessarily around the sun. It's around the moon and not the sun. But that's the misconception. But from when you can no longer see the moon to when you can see the moon. So like even during the sunset, like today, 7:22 broke the fast. The sun wasn't down, but the fast was broken because the moon is up.
So you find out when it's coming up?
There's a calendar that
Oh.
gives you the times because Ramadan revolves around the lunar calendar.
Mm.
That's why it's not the same month every year. This is one of the rougher ones because we just went through the daylight savings time.
That's what I was about to ask.
It's always rougher after daylight savings time because the days are longer. In the winter months, you don't necessarily feel it as much because the moon is up sooner based off of the time.
You a 5% too? Word. Interesting stuff. I do want to do a 72-hour water fast.
Why?
Eat grass and drink natural juices.
Heard you. For the
What kind of natural juices?
we just had some shit.
I just made earlier today apples, pears, nectarines, celery, ginger, grapes,
Mm.
blackberries, mangoes.
Yeah, you man juice. Yeah, put man juice.
Why I want to do a 72-hour water fast for the immense calorie deficit benefits.
Oh.
And you know, it's supposed to repair your DNA and all of that stuff. And it's just another one of the many challenges that I've been giving myself lately. Keep it going.
Fasting has its health benefits, but like when you break it, like it's unless you already have the shit ready, because you be starving by the time the fast is done. Like you gotta eat healthy when you break the fast. For me, I started with chips, then I ate an apple. When I leave here, I have an actual meal. But I was getting myself together because I wasn't physically prepared to get out of the bed because I ain't eat shit all day. Like towards the end of the fast, I began headaches and shit because I haven't adjusted to not eating.
Is it like 12 hours?
No, it's longer than that because this morning it started at 4:56, and then the fast broke at 7:22. So it's like about. So basically, the hours that you awake for the day, for the most part, is the fast.
I feel like for me, I mean, maybe not for days in a row, but 15 hours ain't shit. Like, in the terms of like, I'll regularly, sometimes like I go to work, don't eat, fucking be moving around the whole day, don't get to eat until way after I left work, fucking 9, 10 o'clock at night sometimes.
But you also eat at 4 o'clock in the morning, nigga.
Not no more. Maybe on like a Friday night going into
But
Saturday.
what time do you wake up?
Like
Because
10
I wake
o'clock.
up again, right? From 10 to 9 is 11 hours.
Oh, you saying like I'd be sleeping for most of the hours of the fast?
For the, like if I only had the fast 12 hours, like sometimes I do that too. Like if I'm running late for work, we don't have like I won't grab breakfast. I can go until when I get off of work to eat and won't have the headache. It's that home stretch of the fast, that other 4 or 5 hours. That's when I start to get the headaches and shit. I don't even really get like knots in my stomach, but I be dizzy. But normally I eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. So going from having that every day to now you gotta eat breakfast at 4:30 in the morning. If you go back to sleep, you get to sleep through some of the fasting hours, but I'll be out the house by 7 a.m.
Yeah. I think I'd be. And how many days is it? 30?
30.
That extended period of time is probably what's the most annoying.
It's about to
For a
become a
couple
regular
days a
though.
week. What you mean?
Like, you talking about the 30 days or the daylight savings?
Not 30 days.
Yeah, I mean, it's once a year though, so.
Word. But maybe by next couple of weeks I'll get to my water shit. Try that shit out.
Like, if I could drink water, the fast wouldn't be as bad. Like, when you get hungry, you fill up with some water, and you'll be okay.
Yeah, that part is crazy for me. Like, not being able to drink water. Especially when it's hot.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga be fucking cotton mouth.
The first
Coughing.
time that I ever fasted, it was in the summer months. It was June. Like, May through June. The first time I ever fasted.
Yeah, nah. That's not the wave.
It's excruciating.
But word, a nigga. So, I think working out has given me mild body dysmorphia or some shit like that. Because,
Did you think you got a six pack and you don't?
no, stop being a hater. That's hater talk. We get into that discussion in a little while. Alright.
What's hating?
So,
There's nobody on this earth that will say that will validate your six pack claims.
it's there. It's just, I gotta
There's
drop some more weight.
one on
Stop being a
earth
hater.
that will validate your six pack claims. You find me one.
Many.
Find me one.
It's valid. It's
Find me
there.
one.
Chris, you hear this nigga
Where the
being a hater?
testimonials at? He got a six pack, Chris? That nigga is
They're there.
delusional and trying to make you feel good
He's
about
not
yourself.
delusional. Why I gotta lie? I never see my abs like that. Why can't I just shine how I shine?
They got
And be
fat
like,
niggas with abs.
fat nigga with abs. You heard? That shit showing.
That sounds stupid. Okay.
Whatever.
Abs
You
is the
just
absence
need
of fat.
to take your hating ass
Abs
to the gym.
would be the absence of fat.
Right, it's getting there. Don't worry about it. You just need to take your hating ass to the
I don't
gym
need to do anything.
for
stay
1 to
black and
3
die.
days a week, so you could get right too, my brother. Just get with the program. Just saying.
You need to put your shirt on.
Never.
Is what you need to
The
do.
shirt is just gonna be off more and more. By the summertime, is silk button ups, the short shorts, boat shoes. You feel me?
You lost me with the short shorts.
It's Chris. We've been doing all the squatting and shit. Might as well pull out the shout
I could
shouts.
wear 'em, but, you know.
Yeah, but
That's also why I got my leg tatted too.
to me, my brother has always dressed a little questionable, like on the border.
Little Metro.
Heavy on the
Dresses
metro.
Metro.
You gonna get the cross hanging earring and all that too?
Yeah, the Lawrence Taylor joint. Listen,
No, but LT is he's a no. It might be more like DK Metcalf or something.
I ain't got it in me. I'm crop top pop, but I don't know. Something about the hanging area just don't do it for me.
Nigga, if I get to fucking like 270
270.
August,
That's what we going with.
You try to be crop top pop too?
I might throw on the crop top by 270.
This nigga's lost his mind.
It's 50 pounds away. I lost 30 pounds in 3 months. You heard? So we trending 370 by whatever 5 months from now is. if I keep up the same shit. Throw the big nigga.
It'll start getting cold again. Thank God I have to wait another year to see that.
Stop being just let niggas shine how they shine, B. I dress Metro too. Do you think that?
You've always been Metro.
I am Metro.
No, he's not Metro. He's Dominican.
I'm not Dominican.
What's the difference?
He's missing the long shoes that.
Not a
No,
fact.
he's not.
No, he's not.
I ain't never seen
No,
those.
he's not.
I ain't never seen those.
They ODing.
My son
Who's
got
ODing? You don't wear the
I
road
wear
stompers?
regular fucking Italian.
White
You don't wear
loafers,
road
and now they
stompers?
road
the
stompers.
roach stompers and the white jeans.
What the fuck you talking about?
You got white jeans, Trap?
I have
Most
one pair
definitely.
right now.
The answer to that was yes.
September?
Hmm?
You wear them after
Most definitely.
Yeah. But these particular ones are purple and yellow, and I don't have nothing. They have purple and yellow specks all over them, and I don't have nothing to wear with them, so I don't wear them.
Let me ask you a question. You got any shoes, any hard bottoms with the rhinestones?
I got some Stacey Adams with some rhinestone-ish looking things. They're more like tacks,
You
like
Dominican,
silver
boy.
circles, huh?
You Dominican.
Nah, bro.
And you
I
be
prefer
in
the
Ha-
term Metro.
You be in Havana.
I don't know why you prefer the term Metro. I definitely don't shout out my Spanish spot. We talk about all my other spots. Leave that out of the name out of the conversation. You heard? But I
You always
do-
censor yourself anyway. What difference does it make
I
somebody else
do
censor you?
be in the spot, dancing the night away.
It's only a matter of time before he's telling himself.
I'm sure he
with-
has already.
No, I haven't. With the doñas, you feel me? But they be popping. They buy tequila.
Can you even call him that anymore? You 40. You are a
I'm not
doña.
40, nigga.
You are a fucking doña, nigga.
First of all, nigga, I'm closer to 30 than I am 40. That's first of all. I'm not no doña yet. Doño, whatever the fuck it'll be called.
Don?
A don. You feel me? I'm only 33. It's the Jesus year.
Say big things coming at 33.
But I'm saying, the spot be having the 30s, the 40s, and the 50s in there.
Okay.
I'm like the heartthrob for the 50s. I'm like
They
good
low
money.
key stealing your soul, bro.
They might be. For the 40s, I'm like good money. For the 30s, it could go either which way. But most of the time, they with the shit. So you know what I'm saying?
So you be going for the low hanging fruit?
No low hanging fruit for me though. But nah, I mean sometimes it wind up like that. It's not
Listen,
necessarily low hanging fruit. Listen, I call it accomplished missions because what
Listen,
happens?
I'm not knocking it, bro.
Nah, it's not the low. I don't do low. I really don't go for the low hanging fruit. But what happens is it's an accomplished mission because like you know you do the dance and shit. I think with like Spanish joints, that's how they bond with you, right? Like it gets them open. Like they be rocking with that shit. If you know how to do that shit, they like, you know how like in Avatar, I might have used this reference before, but like when they connect with the motherfucker, like the horse or whatever, they connect their little spirit tails.
I can't lie to you, I ain't never seen that.
All right, so when the avatar jumps on his horse or whatever the fuck that thing is, they connect with it.
It flies, bro.
Yeah, whatever it is. They connect with it by some little tail thing, like it grabs on and they're bonded. Whatever that is what happens when you dance with a Spanish bitch to like Spanish music. Like they be dumb hype over that shit. Especially if you could do it. Like so that should be rocking. It does a lot of the work for you. Now, we're going to get back to the women of the universe and shit, right? But I had... Oh, so, April Fool's was yesterday, right? Or the day before?
Day before.
This nigga did a whole proposal for his girl in a restaurant like it was where they had their first date at, and he yells out in the middle of the restaurant, "I've been with this girl 17 years. I love her to death. Da 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 da. We had our first date here, and what I wanted to know is, will you marry me?" So she starts crying, going all crazy, dramatic, how girls be doing. And then he's like, "April Fools, yeah." Right? So that was pretty funny. I don't know if it was staged or what. Did you watch the video? It looked staged. It looked like it was staged.
Yes.
But the comments is what I wanted to discuss around, right? Because that's the shit. These joints, I don't know which way these girls be going because they don't be reading between the lines, right? So they're like, 17 years and no ring? She lost already. Let me pull it up. Where the fuck? They're like 17 years and no ring? First of all, I got like 18 months in me. Fuck you talking about. This, and that. Like, shh. Her nigga might be April Fool's in her, but the nigga with her, where is your nigga? Right? Like,
Everybody attention,
my
please.
bad. I didn't even mean to play that. Hold up. Yeah. It shouldn't be playing, should it? So,
It's disconnected.
she goes, "Sis." One of them was like, "Sis, if you were looking for the final sign, this is it." That's the final sign? No doubt.
Listen,
An April Fool's joke can end it all.
I mean, but we can agree that
It was a
a
little.
lot of women like
That's
dream
good.
about the
Yeah.
wedding from when they're little girls, right?
Fuck that do with me.
Everything.
Fuck it if it does.
I mean, look, some women want to be married, and
I think most women do.
that's true. And
Marcus.
both of y'all, at some point, make compromises in your relationship. I mean,
He just ain't gonna compromise on that one, but this nigga's a lover boy.
Got your fucking mind.
Nigga's a
I mean-
whole lover boy.
he got like 17 joints.
Yeah. Something around there, right? Oh, you're right at 17. You can't do an April Fool's joke in the Cheesecake Factory with that one. Get your ass beat. But word. So another one says 17 years is where you went wrong. Oh, and it was in Cheesecake Factory. I didn't realize that. Another girl was like, in Cheesecake Factory. My nigga, if that was the first date, wouldn't that be some shit like most joints?
But I could see why she'd be upset, because after 17 joints, it's like
I earned more than Cheesecake Factory.
well, not even that, like just the prank part of it. I mean, to me, it was funny.
Oh yeah, the prank. It was bad taste because
Yeah.
she was dumb hype. Well, at
Yeah,
least she was
to me,
acting
it
like
was funny, but for her, I could see why it's upsetting, especially since everything goes viral nowadays. Even if his people is not the one with the cameras, somebody else.
Nigga, but
Got
that
that
nigga
on
is a
camera.
pranker.
Is he?
That's the nigga that be walking up to people in Walmart singing rap lyrics and
Oh,
fucking.
nah. Wait, he be on the phone. He be like, "Oh, I'm on the phone."
No,
That nigga's
not
fucking
him. That's the
funny,
nigga
son.
with the dreads that be like walking through the mall and bagging bitches saying dumbass fucking pickup lines.
like singing rap lyrics.
Yeah,
He be like, "My name Herbert."
yeah, that nigga.
That's him.
Yes,
He's fucking funny, and he really be bagging bitches
He
too.
be calling artists the rogue artists in
Yeah.
public.
That nigga's funny. So it probably was fake.
he went up to Rondo and was like, "My favorite basketball player, CP3."
Yo, so Dr. B is all on this post, my nigga from Clubhouse. So the nigga said, this girl said, wait, what? She was with him for almost 2 decades with no ring, with that, you know, that new emoji with the bent up face. He said, where is your ring? Your IG says your kids are your life, not your husband. Y'all be judging the same women that are just like y'all. Well, she not like you. She got a ring. Oh, man. That should have me fucking crying, son. But internet women are, these new internet women are very fucking interesting. But like I said, they don't read through the lines very well. Rob Kardashian and Tyga revealed that Blacc Chyna only has her kids 2 and 1 day out of the week, respectively.
Yeah, so she got her child with Rob 2 days out the week, Sunday and Monday, and her child with Tyga on Sundays.
So how she hollering broke and like?
It's not that she hollering broke.
She not saying
she
she broke.
hollering
She's
that
saying that
these
she don't
niggas
got
need
no
to help her.
When
AKA child support and fucking whatever else she thinks she's supposed to get from having rich niggas' kids.
when 98% of the time, those respective children are with their fathers.
When she need to be the one paying child support. Facts.
What you say?
I said, is she paying child support?
Not at all.
Nigga, what? You don't got the kids hanging?
They said they pay about $40,000 a year for them kids to go to school a piece.
Damn.
What child support?
And you got one for 48 hours and the other for 24? Bitch, sit the fuck down.
So she had to turn in her 3 whips, and she was highly upset about it.
Bitch, you only had them 3 whips because you was fucking them rich niggas at the time. Nah, Blacc Chyna's like, she gets a couple dollars, don't she? Just being fucking weird looking.
I mean, I'm sure she got
Blacc
some
Chyna.
shit, but why would I give you child support when I'm supporting the child?
Nah, that's
When
a
you're
fact.
the primary
Get the fuck
kipper.
out of here. Blacc Chyna is a kid to Big Lotto. Is that too much?
I don't even remember what Blacc Chyna looks like, to be honest with you. But yeah, they both weird looking.
No, Blacc Chyna definitely look a little weird.
Big Lotto looks better than Blacc Chyna, but
They both look weird.
they both like weird looking light skinned bitches.
Word.
But I think Lotto looks weirder because she's super pale.
But so is Blacc Chyna.
She ain't that pale.
Blacc
Lotto-
Chyna kind of pasty.
Lotto lighter than Blacc Chyna though.
I feel like Blacc Chyna pasty. Lotto's like more yellow.
You're bugging.
Well, maybe she just got that smoked out look.
She
so
lighter
I-
than you. And that's a hard feat to accomplish without being white.
She is white though.
Ish. I mean, he white-ish too.
I'm not.
Yeah,
fucking
but
white-ish.
Lotto is actually white though.
Exactly.
He actually
No, the fuck I'm not. You can actually kill yourself. Donald Glover challenged Gambino received some backlash from the return of the hit series on FX, Atlanta.
Did
I
y'all
was
watch
waiting
it?
for that shit. Nah,
I watched one
didn't.
episode. I fell asleep on the second one.
Bro, the first episode is mad weird.
But he always does one of them weird-ass episodes.
Yeah, but
Remember last season with the nigga going to get the piano?
yeah, so did y'all see Sorry to Bother You?
With,
Omari
Lakeith, I didn't
Hardwick,
see it.
Lakeith Stanfield,
Yeah,
Samuel
yeah.
L. Jackson.
That shit was mad weird.
So that like the ending of the movie is mad weird. The beginning of this episode, what is it, season 4?
No, I think it's 3.
It's 3 or 4. He has 2 more seasons before they end the series.
I thought it was this.
Yeah, I think this is the last one.
This is the last season.
I think they greenlit him for 2. And they all might be just running concurrently. I'm not sure. We can fact check that. But the way that how the movie Sorry to Bother You began to end is sort of the weird shit as how this one started.
Did he have anything to do with that movie?
No. but it was still weird. Like, so I'm watching the episode, and then I gotta pause Hulu to make sure that I'm still watching Atlanta, because it didn't even necessarily start off how the previous season ended, because I remember the previous season ending. Niggas had the strap in the bag, and he put it in somebody else's bag, and they got jammed up at the airport. This don't start off that way. Like, you don't see
It's a flashback.
You right, by the way. You right.
that they greenlit it for 2 more seasons.
3 and 4, they going to film them back to back. It's going to release in fall.
Yeah, and then it's done. So it's like okay, this is mad strange. And then you probably like 40 minutes into the episode before you actually see Donald Glover or the nigga that played Paperboy. I'm like,
You seen the nigga that played Paperboy the whole time?
What do you mean?
I'm talking about now though.
It was him as a kid.
Yeah, so the flashback is him as a kid and how he was always sort of a performer, but it used to get him in trouble in school. Spoiler alert, it ended up getting him jammed up, and then people come and take him and put him with this occult like family.
They didn't even come take him, nigga. They came to do a fucking check. His mama.
Yeah, his mom was like,
"Take this little
"Take-
nigga."
You call him on me? Huh? I didn't. It wasn't me. You take him. Come take him. So they took him out the crib.
I knew it was gonna be some bullshit when that teacher was like, "I'm gonna save you."
Word. And it's like the cultural differences are like those are things that should be acknowledged, right? Because
That's not a culture difference. That's just nasty.
no. But I'm saying with the white guidance counselor,
Mm-hmm.
like I don't think that a black guidance, if the principal was the only one in that situation, do you think that the principal calls social services for a wellness check on the kid?
Probably not.
No. When he was getting his ass chewed out in her office, she just sat there because she understood. It was the white guidance counselors like, no, he needs this, he needs that. It's like, white woman, mind your business. Like, let me address my child. And she's the one who called for the wellness check. And then the whole episode is mad strange. It's foster parents end up motherfucking driving themselves into the water with the fucking dog in the backseat.
Nigga, before all that, nigga, they was frying chicken in the microwave, nigga.
Nigga, he's like, this food is nasty. No, it's just different than what you're used to eating.
Nigga, they floured the chicken
And put it in the
put it
microwave.
in the microwave.
No oil.
They floured the chicken and put it in the microwave.
Word.
They ain't put no egg on that shit. They ain't put no seasoning on that motherfucker.
Word. That's like I said, the episode is weird.
They had these niggas out in the garden
Working like slaves. Mind you,
Working.
they don't have no white
which
foster
is
kids.
fine, cool. Like you got, you know what I mean. Like you here, you got to do your earn your keep. But then this bitch said you should sing a song.
So he started rapping, and she's like, "No, not like that." And then the song that she makes up is like a motherfucking slave hymn and shit.
Facts.
Like, bitch, what? The whole first episode, mad strange. Like, beginning to end, strange. And then it begins to normal back out in the second episode, because I think that there's 3 out right now. It doesn't surprise me because of who we're talking about, right? We've seen his music videos and shit like that. They're a little out there, but for what the previous
But
2
you
seasons
had
were,
No, nigga, it was just like that last season, bro. The piano episode was just like this one. It was worse, actually. The piano episode had me fucked up.
I'm just like, for the season opener, it's like, all right, we haven't seen you for what? It's been 2 years since the last season.
Yeah, since COVID, probably.
And it's like, man. And he sort of has a thing for doing that though, right? Like,
It's his artistic expression.
no, but like he'll give you some shit, and then I'm off this. Like, have y'all seen the show Community? So it's like The Office, except they're in community college, and he and his brother are writers on that. Hilarious. The entire theme is 5 seasons and a movie. We never got the movie. It's just like,
I heard when they signed him on the FX, they thought they was gonna get a comedy from him, and he wound up doing Atlanta.
Yeah. So I mean,
Because
you can
he's
consider that
always-
like a dramedy, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of. I feel like it has a little bit of everything.
Like the nigga is really talented, but it's sort of like what he gives us is how the shit is working in his head, like just everything all over the place, as opposed to, all right, we gonna lay this out, boom, we done. You got your 5 seasons, your movie, boom, next endeavor. But it's just however it's popping out his head. I mean, we just gotta wait for the rest of the season, right? Hopefully that was the strange for the season, and we can get back to regularly scheduled programming. But it was weird, to say the least. So any of y'all who haven't seen it, sorry.
We didn't really give up that much.
I'm gonna check it out.
Oh, you didn't see it? Sucks for you.
I don't watch TV. I mean, that's something that I'm gonna watch though. So these motherfuckers took all this money from these niggas for this truck and then canceled the production of it.
That was the April Fool's joke, my brother.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't get the memo.
What the cyber?
The Cybertruck Tesla? So they are creating it? Oh, because they took a lot of money from niggas for that shit.
I think in the article that I saw, I think they had like 1 million people.
1 million pre-orders for that
Yeah.
car. Yeah. Some people paid cash up. Like, here's my 40. 2 years ago.
That's a cheap.
Well, shit, if you paid 40 for it then, you lit, because what these shits is going for now, what cars is going for now.
No, but Tesla hasn't
coming
really
back
changed
down.
their prices like that. They haven't.
Tesla hasn't.
No, that's not.
But
I
they
just
also-
said Tesla.
But they also ain't got no fucking cars. So they
they don't have.
But they haven't had cars from the beginning.
Right.
Like you always
That's-
went.
that's not in their
ordered your
business
shit,
model,
they
bro.
Shipped it to you, right?
You got to wait a couple months for certain cars, and that just is what it is.
because the
Gotta plan
price
ahead.
of them shit shot up crazy. We had some Model X's on the lot for like 110 grand in the summer. Them same Model X's have dropped to like 80 and 70. But them shits is up there. And Elon Musk might hate me for this, but my nigga, them shits are built mad shitty. I don't get the hype. And niggas love them too.
Well, when you think about it, Tesla's not a car company. Tesla's a data company.
Right. That's
That
what
just
I tell
happens to make
everybody. You
cars.
buy it for the tech. But nigga, that shit built like I feel like Hondas hold up better than Teslas. Like in terms of the build. Them
I
shits
mean-
is mad cheap.
There's still niggas racing 89 Civic hatchbacks. Right? We can say that Honda stands the test of time.
This is true.
But at the same token, they still are the safest vehicles.
Teslas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the fastest
sure.
vehicles for the price.
Sure. I don't know. Like even the Model X's that we have now,
And now with gas being $5 a gallon,
Facts.
they
they
sitting
have
there.
the cheapest operating expense.
They sitting there, fucking all of the rubber panels in the doors are warping. The Model X looks all pretty with the doors coming up, but all of the moldings be having fucking dents in them. Is from the door, like it just slams in. It's just a cheap ass build. Like I ain't gonna front. I done fucking drove around a bunch of EVs at this point. That fucking Kia is fire, my nigga. That ass. It's not just me being a brand enthusiast. I'm not. But the Kia EV6, fire. Build. It has really big, fat, sturdy fucking wheels. You feel like mad sturdy on the road. I drove that Ford Mach-E. That shit is kind of sturdy too, but it feels a little more loose than an EV6. And then that, what is it? The Volkswagen ID4. That's trash. But
I
Tesla,
think you're a little biased too, though.
Why? I'm not a Kia enthusiast,
I'm
even though they are.
I'm not even saying about Kia. I'm talking about
Him being a Tesla hater.
that and a Mercedes lover. Like, if it's not Mercedes, it's trash.
That's not how I am. I just don't think that I don't think any ride is pound for pound.
Let's not forget you used to drive an Accord.
And I love the Accord.
And what was that Toyota shit you used to squeeze into?
Paseo?
Yeah, that shit.
I love the Accord. I have no problem with the Accord, per se. I'm talking about in terms of build for electric vehicles. Just overall build. Teslas are fucking shitty. Like, it's a cheap ass piece of shit. Outside of the tech, it's like having this great tech inside of this little plastic shell. It's not gonna let you get hit. So I mean, the tech is gonna stand the test of time, like he said, but it won't let you get hit. But if it do get hit, that shit is done, nigga.
No, it's not true.
It's a fact.
I'm telling you, it's not true.
The shit is built shit.
It has the highest safety rating on crash tests, bro. It might not be like repairable, easily repairable, but you're good though.
Yeah, from shit that I've seen, like, it's very expensive once it is in an accident or to have some of the electrical shit
800
taken care
million
of.
fucking computers.
But shit, you get to walk away from the accident.
My business partner sent me a.
What's insurance for?
Huh?
What insurance is for?
My business partner sent me a video because some nigga like swerved into his lane and would have hit him. And the shit at the last second, like, just moved out of the way. Even past the shoulder, like, he's in the leftmost lane. Guy comes flying this way. That shit, like, rolled off, did one of these onto the shoulder. That tech is pretty fucking advanced. Like, the other companies are just rolling out little shit like that. Like, even in the EV6, like, it will move to the next lane, but it's not going to move across the shoulder if you flying in sideways.
So think about this. Which one do you think is easier to develop? The technology or
The car?
the materials?
The materials.
Exactly. So I've already done the hard part, and once we've perfected this shit right here, once we perfected this shit right here,
are classless.
we can go and make the physical aspect of the car more sturdy, more durable, because that's the easy part of what we do.
Yo, my nigga, can you stop, bro? Would you sit on BET and do this?
Yeah, of course.
I would.
Just blow it out your ass like that.
What the fuck do I care?
I ain't got no shame.
Classless. But, and that shit definitely stinks, Mo. Like, no funny shit. You
I
dead
sit in my
ass.
morning meetings. I work in front of 100 people and do that shit.
No, you don't.
I don't give a fuck.
And they know it's you, or you hide it. You like do the silent one. You hide it.
I don't necessarily hide it, but a manager be talking, and he just be like,
Shit.
I know it. I know that I've had instances where, so I be in my office by myself, but someone's always knocking at the door, coming in to ask a question, And if you felt the need to come in here,
So you just rip one of them eggy shits and somebody come
I'm in
blasting
my
through the door?
office.
But look,
I'm in my office by myself. It's okay if I do that.
I got a question. You said don't go all the way up. So, like,
No, so there's no roof. There's no ceiling on the office. So like we're in the. So imagine the drop ceiling without the drop ceiling.
Right.
That's
Just
what you're
open,
looking up
but
at.
it goes
Yeah.
into the.
Yeah, but I'm still confined in my four walls. So if I did that in here, I got a little candle lit. But if you decide to do one of these and walk in, that's on you.
So if they knock, what you gonna say? Hold up, I just farted. Give it a second. No.
We can talk through the door. It's no ceiling on this motherfucker. You can hear me. If you want to stand in it, that's your
Wait, so the
business.
ceiling goes up over into the next, so it's just a frame?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, that's it. Just four walls and a door
So
the
y'all
floor.
could talk regular and hear each other.
all the time. So like when
So from your office, you could kind of
when my
supervise.
motherfucking employees is slacking, I can hear that they slacking because you can hear their conversations.
They just talking about the personal shit.
Everything but work. But shit, I'ma hold it.
I'm a lot more classier than y'all niggas.
Am I gonna hold it?
No,
Not at
niggas
all.
not. I'm a lot more classier than y'all niggas. I still be getting singled out at meetings.
It's a you thing, bro.
I don't give a fuck
They
at
just
this
don't
point.
fuck with you.
Everybody can suck my dick for real. It doesn't matter. Because it's so funny, like how my path has been in life, right? So I went from being very unpopular, like whatever, nobody fuck with me, whatever, and try. Naturally when you're like that, I'm talking about super young now, but you're like that. You try to conform to everybody. You try to like, okay, how could I fucking be more appealing? Then at some point it shifted into, nigga, I'm the shit. It is what it is. If you don't like it, whatever. Now it's, nigga, everybody just leave me the fuck alone. Like, keep your weirdo, Haiti bullshit the fuck away, please. But it don't happen like that. But y'all niggas ever notice haters are the only professionals not qualified for their expertise. If you think of
What makes you qualified for your opinion?
I don't know, but I'm talking about haters being professional haters. What you burped? Me? The nerve of you.
Tasted it.
But this nigga burps and blows it on.
No, I know that didn't blow nothing on this nigga. I'm
Nigga
just
go
talking.
like that is what smells, not the . You could that way.
You gotta.
Nah, don't do it this way.
I'm just saying.
Y'all got your own battle going on over there.
So nothing makes me qualified for my opinions, but if you frequent in hate and hating, you're not qualified for your expertise 9 times out of 10 because of the reasons why niggas hate.
I think a lot of people think something's hating because it's about them, but it don't be hating. It's just a critique.
How often is somebody? First of all, what gives someone the need or the authority to critique anybody at any given point in time?
Come from the nigga that comes and puts his face on the microphone every day.
What does that mean?
You come in here and give your opinion every Sunday,
To critique
but you give your opinion on
somebody
something.
else, right?
But you're giving your opinion on something.
That's fine.
That is a critique.
But I don't walk up to people and start to pick them apart. I don't walk up to people. I mean, don't get me wrong. If it's my niggas and you looking crazy,
You may do it in your way, and other people do it in theirs.
the root of this shit is normally in either an insecurity that you're projecting,
Maybe they envious, bro.
Envy.
Or maybe they just have opinions. Some people are just overly opinionated.
I'm an overly opinionated nigga, and I have no need to trespass and make other people feel uncomfortable with that. It rarely
But
happens.
how do you know that they not uncomfortable? I've
Because
seen
you don't
in the
say
groups
it.
before, bro. I seen you in the Facebook groups before.
Oh no, that's purposeful. I'm stating an opinion. I mean what I say, and it's supposed to be felt however you want to take it, but it needs to be felt.
But why is it that okay for you to feel that way and someone else not to feel that way?
I'm not
Exactly.
hating.
You pick and choose what you want to project your opinions on with topics and situations, and other people do too. And sometimes you're just the son of that topic or
So my thing is this.
situation.
Niggas, it's the things niggas hate on. Like, oh, that nigga just talked 2 languages. Nigga, I listened in Spanish class.
Bro,
Nigga.
that might be envy, bro. Like they might feel a way because they can't.
But you a super Spanish nigga though.
But the motherfuckers be Spanish.
You got
can't
mad
speak
Spanish tendencies.
What does this have to do with what I'm saying?
I thought you was getting specific about what you was talking about, so we was gonna break it down. My bad.
We not breaking shit
Oh, my
down.
bad. My bad.
No, fucking Spanish nigga tendencies. I listened in Spanish class. That's why I know Spanish.
And you developed Spanish nigga tendencies.
I don't do any fucking Spanish nigga tendencies.
You skip leg day.
Spanish nigga skip leg day?
Chest
skip
5
leg
days
day.
a week.
When you see a Spanish nigga in there hitting squats or hitting leg press or any of that, them niggas is chest, back, and armed out. They might hit some shoulders too.
Nigga, we squat every day normally.
Yeah, but you don't want to hit a full leg session. You be like, 5 is enough for me. I'm straight.
My legs is good, bread.
Sound
Bro,
like some
the-
Spanish nigga who shake.
The machine
shape nice.
the machine works
Nick
in
said they
concert
shape nice.
with all of the other moving parts, bro. So you might feel that they good, but if you doing bench presses, nigga, you doing lat pull downs, you doing rolls and shit, nigga, you need to work the other part of the machine.
I do. By squatting every fucking day. I got big, nice quads. You know, it helps with my explosiveness.
So do you want to dive deeper into your Spanish tendencies?
No,
All right.
I was making a fucking reference to the thing. We could go into that your fucking hate session later.
Oh, okay. It's a perfect time.
No, it's not. So, or it's like, oh, this nigga dressed this way, or this nigga bought this to do this, or why the fuck why? I don't know why so many people. All right, first of all, in my opinion, right, when it comes to me, this fucking whoever the fuck you think you see in front of you, I work hard to be this. While niggas is fucking doing whatever they're doing, I'm reading stuff. I'm fucking doing things. I do more than the average person in terms of productivity, I believe. So, to hate on it is just to say, I'm mad at you because I don't use my same 24 in my experience. I'm talking about me specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I'm upset at you because I don't capitalize on my 24 hours the way that you do, or I'm mad at you because I didn't take the time to put the work in and, you know, haven't necessarily accomplished what you have. I don't know. But 9 times out of 10, the root cause is you just didn't do the work. What people don't, it's simple for me in terms of 1 + 1 is 2. Like, you want to be intellectual? Read some fucking books. You want to fucking, I wanted to lose weight. Niggas in the gym. Most niggas start the gym January and do what? 6 sessions? Less. And sign up for a year and be fucking done in 3-4 days. I put myself through disciplinary processes to be who the fuck I am. So for you to hate on it after the fact is just some corny ass shit to me 9 times out of 10 because you just don't put the work in. If you think my intellect is above yours, it's because I put the work in. If you think that I show off my whatever the fuck I'm doing, nigga, I put the work in. So what affords you the qualification to hate on me? Nigga, leave it to yourself. Figure out what's going wrong with you. You know?
I think that we are in a time where everything is either hating or dick riding. Like, it's one or the other. There is no, nah, yo, that nigga doing his thing. Or nah, maybe that ain't for me. It's either hating or dick riding.
But what you just said, when I see, all right, when I see somebody, and I feel like this corresponds to an energy thing and why a lot of people are in the place that they are. What I see a lot of the time is folks, wait, say what you said again, because I lost my train of thought for a second. Maybe it's the Migos.
So we're in a time where everything is either hating or dick riding. There is no nuance. If you have something negative to say about something, oh, that nigga hate. If you got something positive to say, oh, you dick riding that nigga.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm able to, cool. If niggas want to call it whatever they want to call it, cool. But this corresponds to the energy shit that I believe as well. All right, so let's take it back to, all right, high school. When I graduated high school, right, all of my friends, I remember this, all of my friends, a lot of my friends in high school that graduated, their parents went and bought them cars.
Okay.
Right? New cars, high school graduation gift, whatever the fuck. So all of my niggas was pulling up to my crib. That's the first thing they do. As soon as they fucking get the call me up, pull up. I was genuinely happy for niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel when people get things that they want or accomplish, no matter how you did it, I feel genuine happiness for you. If I love you and you my people. But I've also always been in the business of waiting my fucking turn. You're never gonna hear me specifically fucking talking about why did this person get or why did that person.
Me too.
Huh?
Me too.
What?
I'm happy for you that you're getting healthy, getting in the gym, getting brolic. But keep your fucking shirt on, nigga.
Nah, I'm good. You know, it's like you're never gonna hear me fucking talking about, oh, you know, this nigga think he whatever the fuck he want to be, let him be that, my nigga. The fuck. So all of my friends got they whips or whatever. A couple of my friends, and it was all love. I was hyped for them. You know, I don't know if we was doing videos at that time like that, but if we was, I definitely took a video, like gassing niggas and shit. And it's like, in my experience, the reciprocation of that energy is rare and far and few in between.
Today, niggas would say, you dick riding.
I'm dick riding.
I'm just saying, nigga. Like, look at this nigga. He ain't got his own shit. He dick riding all these niggas with cars. Why he don't get his own car? That's just how niggas are giving it up on the internet now.
The shit is shaky.
The social
bro.
media shit got reality motherfucking augmented and shit.
But yeah, that's a fact. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? And then, so I do my little shit on social media for whatever the fuck I'm doing it for. And it's like that perception like makes people think that I'm like
a dickhead
going hard to like portray an image or whatever the fuck it may be. But it's like, number one, I don't think that that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing whatever the fuck I be doing. I've been the same nigga for forever. So it's like, isn't it just in line with what I'm always fucking doing? Why are you still worried about what the fuck I'm doing online or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Maybe I want to sell workout plans by the time I get through fucking training and doing what I want to do. I said I might want to fucking fight MMA. I might, whatever the case it is, you know, I'm just doing whatever I do, expressing myself.
Are you being specific here or are you being general? I'm confused.
What do you mean?
Do you really want to fight MMA?
I'm dead ass. I think when I hit my target weight, I might fucking do a couple of exhibition fights. I really, really, really
don't end up like Kimbo, son.
I'm not. I really, really, really.
Kimbo
really,
thought that too. And you my man, and I don't want to see that happen.
Your practice don't even exist in MMA.
Yes, it does.
It does not.
Yes, the fuck it does.
It does not.
Nigga, I was just watching Lyoto Machida fight. Lyoto Machida is a fucking shoulder. That's
where he's fighting at.
He was fighting he was UFC.
On UFC? But
we talk about Lyoto Machida. You don't know
who
what that is?
No.
That's the nigga that's...
But what else has he practiced? Is he just...
He is a striker via Shotokan, specifically, and he has a background for his ground game in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. But he wins most of his fights by striking, if you look at him.
So did Kimbo, bro.
I'm not depending on that. I'm going to do MMA and study some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I got to get a floor game. But I've been noticing, right? First of all, I've been yearning to compete again in some capacity. Like I just enjoy competing. And it's another challenge. So I already have the Shotokan background. I might fucking join Jungle Gym or some shit or fucking do some MMA at a basic level and then fucking start training to fight.
Bro, you gotta hit Gracie, son. Gracie
is like great. I don't know how, but Gracie is like, if I would fucking go to Gracie, my sensei would be very upset at me. Gracie, I don't know what the rivalry is about, but my sensei don't like Gracie.
Niggas going through Gracie 18 months coming out monsters, nigga.
I'm saying I'm not denying their credibility. I'm just saying my personal karate instructor doesn't really like Gracie. And the whole family lineage, I don't fucking know why. So I wouldn't train with her for fucking 20-something years and then go to Gracie.
It's like Cobra Kai versus Miyagi-Do, son?
Yeah, it's going to be like dishonoring her because she don't fuck with Gracie. You don't fuck with people that you're
She don't fuck with you, son.
She do fuck with me. She don't fuck with me because I'm not fucking training every day.
I'm joining Cobra Kai, son.
But, I think I might do that. Just to see. Why not?
Better go to Gracie, bro.
I wouldn't go to Gracie. I can't.
You're gonna get washed.
You said 18 months?
Niggas going there for 18 months coming out of there monsters, nigga. Like whipping niggas out. Like, from other schools, just tearing them up, bro. Niggas making new moves out of there like every 2.5, 3 years. Like,
new moves? I mean, we'll see. Let me see how I feel when I get to the weight. I want to get to like, I don't know, 260, 250. Maybe. I got to see how I look in certain increments. Like right now, where I'm at right now.
What's heavyweight in UFC?
I think anything over fucking, 240 is heavyweight, no?
No, 240 seems too heavy.
Word, because in boxing it's like
198
or something.
It's like 198. But there's a
there's
a cap before you got to go to like super.
I would be in the fucking biggest, the heaviest of the heavyweightest wing, whatever span it is. I mean, whatever class it is. Off rip, no matter what. Nigga, I'm not going to be anything. What is under heavyweight? Light heavyweight?
Yeah.
And that's like 180, 175, 180?
I mean, in boxing, I don't know if the weight classes
they're
the
not
same for MMA.
The same.
Because it's different fighting.
I'm just saying, whatever it is, I'm never going to be below heavyweight. It's just how it is.
No, but maybe, I don't know, I'm just saying. Maybe you want to get into a certain threshold to where...
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever see a 1.
You might want to see a compete weight.
This is all contingent on how I look.
But you may still have to get to under a certain number. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, you absolutely. But there's no realm of thinking whereby I'm gonna ever be in the ones. Like
I'm not saying you are or you aren't. I'm just saying you may need to get
a certain
under.
weight. Yeah.
250 might not be that number.
It might be lower,
That's
like way lower.
that's
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm saying. Yeah.
Bro, it smells like mad hot dogs.
Is this nigga
You burped? What happened? Somebody burped hot dogs?
Nah, I let one off a little while ago.
You ain't hot dogs?
Nah, I don't eat hot dogs. Is this?
Nigga, that was just him.
Oh, I thought that was this nigga. 'Cause
Nah, I let
you
one
been
off.
letting the
No, you didn't hear it. It was silent.
No, I heard something.
Over here talking like.
I heard something. It felt like somebody's stomach was grumbling, nigga.
But nah, son. Like, all
Joel
right.
said
So
you gotta have a chin like a boulder to do MMA. The physical abuse that they endure in the octagon is crazy compared to boxing.
yeah, I get it. I'm just saying. Like, I'm cool with all that. Like, whatever. I can take a hit. I think.
Listen, I once watched Kimbo knock a nigga eye out the socket,
I saw that.
and then he got whooped out in the octagon in under 30 seconds. I'm
That
not
is-
saying that's
is
gonna happen to you.
That is because I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm not saying that's gonna happen to you.
Nigga, first of all, I'm just talking to some exhibition matches. I'm not trying to fucking, at least not now. I don't think I'm trying to make no career out of it. I want to train again and compete again. So I'll do a couple of whatever. I'm not trying to go to the UFC. I like my ears the size they are. I just want to compete again. So, and I would like to fight. You know, I find that, all right. So I've been in the business of controlling my emotions for a long time, at least externally. But I do have working out gives me an outlet to fucking let off stress and steam and shit. Fighting does the same shit. So, and just competing, just getting the endorphins going, the hype, the challenge, the discipline that you got to have in your diet and training. So I've surprised myself multiple times along the journey of working out in the stuff that I'm able to do. So I just want to see how far I can take it. But I definitely want to fight. And I don't want to do point. Like, I love Shotokan.
Can you fight with a shirt on?
Nah. Why you so worried about me in my shirt?
It's just a running gag at this point, so I'm just keep it going.
It's never coming. Watch this summer. Thought niggas was Metro, right?
You Metro, nigga. Used to wear the fucking homosexual V-necks and all that.
What is a homosexual V-neck?
Used to wear the Brazil top, G-unit tank tops and all that.
I definitely had June and tank
Yeah, you
tops.
did.
We know.
I never filled them
Yeah, you
out the
did.
right way. Them shit's not made for my body.
And the
But-
Jamaican shirts too. The
Nigga had the
fishnets.
fishnets with the nipple ring. Come on, man.
It's all coming the fuck back. Let me get like
I mean, listen, it's acceptable now. You should do it. You know what I'm saying?
nah, fuck that. The abs, the big nigga abs show through the shirt now. Little something. So by summer, I did 30 pounds in the last 3 months. I did about 50 pounds in 10 months before that. So I'm trying to trend another 30 in the next 3 months. So by July, around the time that I'm going to Memphis, we should be solid. You feel me? Big nigga abs on deck. For real. But also with the ab shit, I be doing mad crunches and shit.
What happened to the haters?
Oh, yeah, we gonna get back. But I find that the definition comes from the sides. Like doing oblique stuff. Like if you just do crunches, it's there. It makes your core stronger. But the side definition is what really makes the shit look like something. So I'm reiterating that back into the
Keep it up, champ.
situation. Saying consistency, discipline. Yes. So hating ass niggas.
You want to name them?
listen, in the life that I live, here's how it goes. Niggas want to be in your circle for whatever reason.
And you let him in.
Whatever. I let them in or I don't. But all right, because I'm a social whatever, I may. But then familiarity breeds contempt. And niggas start and it's like before niggas start hating, every nigga that I know that has started that they say certain things not necessarily jokingly, like,
But you ain't check it the first time.
look, my boss goes like this. My boss is now one of the hating niggas by far. He's probably watching this. Whatever, nigga, fire me. So the niggas standing outside, everybody smoking a bogey, and he goes, I love Trav. Trav could be in a burning fucking building with, you know, embers flying all around him, about to fucking drown in a pit of fire, and he's just like smiling and laughing and everything's cool, like, you know. And subsequently after that, the nigga tries to make my life the fucking pit of fire that he's talking about, right? Like as if you're trying to get me out of that character that you know me for. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Why you ain't just give him what he asked for?
like just get out of character and bug out.
Yeah, because I don't come here to play with y'all. I come here to sell cars.
The nigga, bro, don't get me wrong. In the car business period, you have to eat a lot of shit.
I understand all of that, right? But I shouldn't have to eat that shit from my employers or managers. Because at the end of the day, just like he's a man, I'm a man too. And I'm not here for all the jokey joke. Like,
But was he lying though?
What about the pit of fire thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a fucking no. He's not lying. That's not the hating shit that I'm talking about. He was saying something that's resonant of what he envies about me that he subsequently wanted to break me down about. That's the way I view it, because it's like literally right after that conversation, the nigga starts literally picking me apart for everything. And so at this point, it's evolved into literally I don't do nothing right ever. And it's a new thing that I'm doing wrong constantly. To the last convo where and this shit took place after work. We outside smoking and this nigga comes over and he's just to the point that the nigga even tried. All right, so you know how like, all right, are y'all familiar with how narcissists deal with their subjects? Like it's like gaslighting and
yeah, it's like a triad of things.
yeah, but primarily it's a ton of gaslighting to make you think like make you question yourself constantly. Like your sanity, whether or not you're wildin', this and that. It's to the point like I pick up that it's that type of vibe. Like the nigga was seriously there the other day talking to people about me as if like I'm there. But it's as if you're questioning like I even have the ability to be in the car business now. Like he's taking it that far. Like to even
So take your talent to South Beach.
suggested that. I mean, bro, again, so this is another situation whereby I'm challenging myself and putting myself through, because I realize that where I'm going, like where I intend to go in life, every step of the way, there's just going to be more and more vulture, snake-like niggas around. So it's like, get used to dealing with them and still maneuvering around and doing what you got to do.
Yeah, but I don't think that the trade-off should be comfort in the work environment.
you don't think that that you should have to trade your comfort?
Yeah. Like if I'm dealing with that from a peer, cool.
But your boss?
Never. Because it's one thing if you fucking up and they pulling your jacket on it. It's another thing to just pick at me because you can.
Right, and that everyone that truthfully knows me knows that is the quickest way to get me out of character. Somebody using their job as a means to do gangster shit. This is not per se. He doesn't do it in that way per se. He's not really.
But it's
that.
the same thing.
It is
different approach.
It is
same thing.
It is like it's just like, you know, now I Trap can't do anything right. Like, nigga, I know for a fact that I'm one of the better people in the building. I have all the talent that I need to have. I'm always, and again, this goes back to what I was saying before with regard to putting the fucking work in. Nigga, I work on my craft. I listen to all types of shit to, you know, develop my arsenal, to be quick on my feet, to be able to talk fast, to be able to do whatever I need to do. And the average person just doesn't. Don't get me wrong. Being in any industry, there's a incline that happens where as long as you have the intent to do better, you will get better at it every day. But I go above and beyond to be better at what the fuck I do. Like, I study, I listen to stuff, and also I'm trying to make certain moves in the business. So I'm also teaching myself that and preparing myself for that. But it's like the nigga fucking just, it's like psychological manipulation at this point. I pick up on it. It doesn't affect me the same way, right? Because I know what it is.
But that's why they keep doubling down.
Right, because it's like how
they have
far.
not gotten the reaction that they want. Let's up the ante now. Let's make it more aggressive. Let's make it more blatant. Let's involve more people.
Yeah. Like, son, I was telling Chris on the way up here, nigga, the nigga sent me home on Saturday, right?
For what?
So there's this new girl there, and whatever. She's new. I trained her when she first came, you know, showed her the ropes, worked a couple deals with her, the whole 9 yards. But it was a quick thing because it's like, nigga, I'm here to make bread too. And during the time that she was new, I wasn't exactly doing the best. So I quickly, you know, after a week and a half, I'm like, all right, go do your thing. She started like being trained by other people, working, doing her own thing. The other day, on Saturday, she asked me to, she has a delivery, like customers coming to pick up a car they bought the other day. She asked me to put the plates on for her, right? So she's a girl, whatever. But nigga, if you're in the car business and you're a salesperson, you put the plates on. That's the only physical fucking thing you have to do besides move a car for a test drive.
But how hard is it to put plates on?
It's 4 screws, nigga. Or maybe 10 screws if you got to put a bracket on the car. So look what happens. And I'm telling her, I'm like, this is the only physical thing you got to do as a salesperson. Why are you asking to outsource it? I don't know, whatever. So the customers get there. She literally asked me again. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So I go outside. The customers are complaining about they don't want a bracket on their plate. That's what they were saying. So what they meant was not what I understood. They were buying a SUV. And the particular SUV is a bracket that goes across the bumper, and the plate goes onto the bracket.
On the front bumper?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what they said they didn't want was a branded plate bracket from the dealership.
Like a license plate.
Like
frame.
they don't, yeah. but they were referring to it wrong, so I understood it wrong. So what I did was I winged it and just fucking drilled the plate onto the bumper and didn't use the bracket. So there's perforations. First of all, I come from Nice. It wasn't until I got there
Why
that
you
I
ask
even...
for clarity?
Huh?
Why you ask for clarity?
Because I thought it was pretty clear. They said it multiple times, and nigga, I'm like, what's the worst that could happen? You drill a plate on. I've done it plenty of times. Sometimes, so what happens a lot is new cars will come in and people will steal the screws from the new cars because it comes with the brackets and the screws and everything. People will steal them, so you might not have enough screws to put a bracket on or something like that. You just fucking drill the plate in. There's perforations where the two top screws for the bracket goes on this particular vehicle. So I used the right perforation for the right side of the plate, and the left I just drilled wherever the hole was. It was somewhat centered. It wasn't completely. Not it was centered right, but it wasn't. It was like
was crooked.
a little bit, right? So these white folks start complaining, and then I walk away. Like I walked away before they started complaining. I didn't even want to do the shit. I drilled the shit on. They're just like talking wild shit and whatever. And I walk away. I'm going to work. So my boss pulls me aside. I'm like out trying to move mad cars to test drive a customer I got. And he's like, yo, you fucked up their bumper, bro. I'm like, can you please not joke with me right now? Like, I'm in the middle of trying to test drive. He's like, I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. I'm like, bro, how do you fuck up somebody's bumper by doing the same thing that I do every time I sell a fucking car? And he's like, because you were being lazy. That's how. I'm like, show me what you're talking about. So we got to walk around the dealership up to the front. And on the way up, he goes, and you're going to apologize to these people genuinely. So, whatever. I hear him. I'm like, whatever. So I go and I look at whatever he says was the damage. He says, now I got to come out of my pocket, meaning, you know, put a RO in to get this fixed for them to make them happy so they take the car. I look at the fucking damage, and it's just the hole that I drilled the fucking plate in with. So I'm like, what am I looking at, my nigga? Like, I you know, sometimes you put the drill and you fucking turn it, and you might scratch something because you don't got enough pressure on the shit for it to even go through or something like that. It wasn't scratch, it was just a hole. Mind you, I didn't put a bracket on. So put the fucking bracket on now and cover the hole. End of discussion. But now these white people is there and they mad and whatever. So I look at it, I'm like, so he looks at me. I walk over to the people. I'm like, yeah, so I lined it up with the right perforation, and I don't know what happened on the left. But I apologize. We're gonna take care of it for you for sure. I'm just doing what he said. So I walk away after that. They say, oh, yeah, okay. They're like, look, you know how white people, you know, whatever. So I walk away. I have customers at this point. So I go. I test drive my customer. They come back. I'm sitting down. The boss calls me away from the customers. Come here real quick. So I go in the office. He's like, you didn't apologize to the customers. I'm like, yes, I did. He's like, you didn't. I spoke to them, and they said, not only did you not apologize, you were giving them dirty looks. And I was like, listen, bro. I didn't feel like continue to explain to him, like, nigga, I told you I apologized already, and I didn't even want to do that. So, I'm like, what would you like me to say, sir? Verbatim, if you could. So he's like, nothing. Go home. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So now I walk out of the office. I have customers there. So I just grab my shit and I walk away like, all right. So I'm standing in the middle of the floor, about to fucking grab my jacket to be out. He's like, "You want to give the customers to another salesperson before you leave?" I'm looking at him like, he's like, "Oh, it's too much to ask. I'll take care of it. Go ahead." I'm like,
You the
Okay.
manager. That's your job.
"Fuck
Boss,
is you talking
manager.
about?"
This is your job. You sent me home. I'm off the clock now.
Exactly. So I fucking walked out of there. Like, it's like everything, bro. Everything. So then today is my day off. I've worked 7 days a week for like at least the last 10 weeks. At least. Friday, I intended to go in. I had some appointments, but they got messy, and I didn't have to go in. Today, after you sent me home yesterday, nigga, I'm not coming in. It's my day off, technically. Next Sunday, I gotta work. So I didn't come in. He calls me. I'm like, "Hello?" He's like, "Don't you work today?" It's an hour past when I would have to be there. "Don't you work today?" "No." "So what you're telling me is you worked last Sunday?" "Yes. In fact, I worked the last 8 to 10 Sundays." That doesn't fucking matter. Did you work your day, or did you just decide you were going to take the day off because you felt like it? I'm like, "I worked last Sunday, my day to work. I'm off this Sunday." He's like, "All right," and hangs up. I'm like, it's like, but you know this, my nigga. You have a schedule. You know when who works with who.
But again, because you haven't gotten out of character, because you haven't addressed the way that you speak to, I don't give a fuck if you worked 50 years building this shit up from the ground. I come in here and I treat you with respect. I expect the same. Like, you're not just gonna talk to me crazy because you own this shit. I don't give a fuck about none of this. Like, I make money for you. Right? Now, I can go somewhere else. And I'm not even saying that hurt you. But I need you to know and understand that I don't need this. I can go to another dealership anywhere and fit in just fine.
So the reason why I remain is because they make the right moves, considering the market, whatever, and the opportunity is bigger than the job because of the nature of the folks around, the different business opportunities you have, and things like that, right? In that environment, period, though, nobody cares. So it's like, yeah, you have every fucking right to get up and walk out and go somewhere else. Nobody gives a fuck because the car business is like that. It's a revolving door. But when in doubt, they'll just say, "You don't like it? Get the fuck out." So that's just the nature of the business. So
and I understand that, right? But it still doesn't change the fact that
you command
you're going to
respect.
talk to me crazy, but want me to respect you.
And you know, that's what I think. Yeah, that's what I think. He has the biggest issue with, because he's a smaller guy, right? And you know, when you get our age, right, you kind of understand why, you know, niggas' outward personas.
That don't make it right.
You kind of understand why people are the way that they are, though. Like, you're like, all right, you see a cop, you're like, oh, he got his ass beat all throughout high school and middle school and shit, and now he got a little badge, and he
gonna
want
flex
to
a little
act
bit.
out.
Yeah.
So he's like one of them types. Like, I know he wasn't super popular, or whatever the case may be, and now his team is his way to be social, you know, at the top of the social ladder.
But again,
In that,
I can take it if I'm fucking up. Right? You're not going to do it just because you can. If I earn that, I'm going to wear it.
but that's what I say. Like, I be like, bro, and it's like niggas know how I give it up, like around energy and whatever. It's like, bro, do me a favor, because that's one thing that I vehemently check. Don't put your bullshit on me, like, for real. Like, literally the other day, it was like, oh, he's like, oh, I think you're going too hard and you're going to cost yourself the deal. That's an opinion to you. It's you putting bad energy onto me for me. You know, it's like you putting your shit because you are the almighty and you know everything. It's you putting your bullshit onto me and in turn could manifest that for me, in my opinion. So.
But wouldn't that also be considered a qualified opinion?
I guess so.
I mean, he is the floor manager, right?
It would. So, but nonetheless, I view it the same way. So it wound up happening that way. Not specifically because I was going too hard, because he was evaluating a situation that he didn't even understand. The girl, because I had her, whatever, 10,000 down, 250 a month on like some little car. But she wanted that structure. Like we started at like 4,000, 460 or some shit like that. She wanted to put more money down to lower the payment. So I was going all around the world with her while trying to discount and close the deal. So the bitch makes me look stupid because, like, I sat with her for 2 hours, didn't close because she calls her brother after 2 hours, and he's like, I think he told her, you know, make them drop the price or leave or something like that. And so she's like, oh, I think I'm not going to do it, and da-da-da-da-da. And he just goes, he goes to ask her what number we got to be at to close the deal. I'm like, I did that already. He's like, do it again. I'm like, I did that already. So I'm arguing with him. He just jumps up. And he's like, what number do you want to be at to close the deal right now? She's like, 250. He's like, how much down? She's like, 2,000. And now she, 5,000. You know, I could put 8. I've never seen that in my whole life. She just sat there and bounced her fucking self when she had the open floor to make any offer she wanted. So 8,000, if all you wanted to do was put down 2,000 less, the way he had that deal fucking cracked out, I could have taken the 2,000 off to close the deal. But she bounced herself, therefore making me look like I just sat there for 2 hours doing nothing, right? And so he's like, see, you don't even know what a deal's in front of you, and da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh, nigga. Whatever, bro. So I have it in my head that I'm just going to outwork everybody as per usual. Because once again, I don't feel that there's nobody in there that can outwork me. And just do my thing and have everybody just have to do that all fucking day because I'm just running circles around niggas. That's my intent.
Just know that that's something that you got to deal with in whatever you do. But I will only wear it if I earned it. If I didn't earn it,
it's fuck you.
Can I talk to you over here for a minute? Because I'm not going to make a scene because obviously they have a complex anyway. We ain't got to do this on the showroom floor in front of anybody else, right? Because I don't want to bruise your ego and make my time more difficult here. But I need you to know, it's like, I'm not feeling all that, right? Like, if I fuck up, by all means, check me. If you want to do it in front of everybody to assert yourself, be my guest. If I earn that. But, like, you can't play with me just to play with me. Right? And that's why it's very important to separate, like, the business and pleasure shit at work, especially with your superiors, right? Because it turns into this.
That's another thing. The joking shit.
But they will bring the outside shit. They won't front. The moment that you take a work relationship and take it outside, most people cannot separate the two.
I've never done that way per se. No, not even once.
Yeah, but he's also done shit that you haven't checked, you haven't addressed. And when you do address it, it's because it's built up and built up and built up, and then you explode it.
Bro, it's only but so many ways you could address something and still be in the same position that you are. Because
but you
before you got to make a decision,
shit, right? Like, when you feel like playing, then you'll play. If you're going to check it, no, this is what it is at work. This is what it is outside of work. And that's just my take on it.
Nigga, the playing shit, period, bro. Like, especially since I be on this wave where I'm just on the productivity, doing my shit, doing whatever I'm doing.
I'm with you, bro.
So at the playing shit, period, like, that's to a minimum regardless. And I just don't like the way niggas play. So I don't do that very often, period. But you're right. Should just be sickening after a while, bro.
It does.
Speaking of things, niggas just doing shit because they feel like they can. This fucking Will Smith and Chris Rock shit has caused a fucking slew of opinionated motherfuckers to come out of the woodworks as
there's a divide
Hollywood
everywhere.
shit. Yeah, as Hollywood shit normally does, or celebrity shit. So the niggas smack fire or smack Chris Rock hard at the Oscars, right?
Yeah. So it happened last week, Sunday, while we was recording.
Yeah. And so, you know, black women, they out with the, oh, he's protecting his black woman. And, you know, y'all should be so fucking lucky to have such a display of whatever bravery and this, and that. But I think that Chris Rock was finna say, you just smacked me and you ain't smacked the nigga your wife was fucking.
I'm sure that's how most of us felt, right? Anyone else who had something to say, you ain't checked none of them. She had you looking goofy at the motherfucking red table, round table, whatever the fuck it's called. It's like, I get it. You could have done that. Even if you felt the absolute need, like, address that in private. Like, that's between y'all. That shouldn't be a everybody thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Look what that action, that brief loss of control, has done for you now. Right? They talking about taking the awards, banning him from the show.
He resigned from the Academy. But
he only did that because of those talks.
yeah. Wait, because of which talks?
Because afterward, there were the board or whoever the fuck makes those decisions were talking about rescinding the award and banning him from the shows. Like, yeah, you're not welcome here anymore. He did.
But the dropping out of the Academy only stops you from voting on the award show. Doesn't stop you from being nominated, receiving awards. It doesn't stop you from showing up.
Got you. Yeah, I don't really understand how the whole shit goes. But my thing is, because it starts to look like this from one perspective. I've heard a ton of opinions around it, right? And the rabbit hole goes far. But is Will Smith, do y'all perceive Will Smith as an emasculated man? In terms of whatever we do know about his relationship with Jada?
So I don't know if he's emasculated. That just might be their thing, right? Like, listen, you do what you do over there. I do what I do over here.
While you there, didn't they openly say they have an open marriage?
I don't think they've ever said that.
Yeah,
but it's
so
been a
I
known
haven't
thing
seen
for a long time.
anything anywhere where they explicitly like confirmed or denied that.
The most they've said is like nothing's a secret. Everybody, we all know everything about each other. Like
That was recent though. But
right, but
I'm
they've said that before as well. They've said that before the August shit, after. They've been saying this forever. Will always gets caught when he's filming movies overseas with some random model chick, whatever the case might be, pictures of them going on dates and shit. It's been a thing forever.
So, I don't think it's like, oh, he's emasculated. But I do believe that he reached a breaking point at that point, but I think he went about it like a sucker.
Do you think he reached a breaking point in the sense? All right, so from one perspective, the way it comes off is as if he was trying to get Jada's approval. Like she was going to give him some pussy tonight because he did
To me, that I still can't get past the fact that how fake that shit look.
The slap does look staged.
The nigga
For
is
the
a
record.
trained fighter. The nigga knows how to throw a punch, and that's how you slap somebody. With this wobbly backhand, palm forward slap.
They have different pictures. I don't know how valid them shits are, but like close-ups where it looked like Chris Rock got some sort of face pad on when he gets
It
slapped.
definitely does look like that.
My thing is, you laughed at the joke, and not until you looked over at your wife and saw that she didn't like the joke did it turn into keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Because you was laughing with the rest of the crowd.
I mean, but
That's
wouldn't that be the trigger that would cause that?
But that's to my point as well, though. It was like, all right. So let me take this further. Do y'all, in terms of your perspective of Will Smith, do y'all think he's a proverbial beta male?
So I listened to his book, right? And in his book, he says his entire life, like, he walked away from confrontation. Like, if there was a fight, he would joke his way out of it.
I resonate with that.
Because he don't want no confrontation ever. I think that for you, there may be a certain point where if you have to defend yourself, you will. That wasn't Will. Will was always, how can I talk myself out of this? All the time. There's,
The nigga's a Libra, too, like me.
what you call it? We was talking about this in the car. How Michael B. Jordan had said in an interview that he had to go to therapy after a role. I don't remember which role.
Creed, wasn't it?
Maybe.
Or Killmonger? What was one of them?
It might have been Killmonger. Where he had to go to therapy to get out of character. Some people say that he could have still been Richard. Right? Because if y'all seen the movie,
I didn't.
so they father ain't take no shit from nobody. Like, motherfucking Pyro niggas out there in Compton, they used to try and run down on his daughter Tundi, the one who ended up getting killed out there. And every day he would stand up to them niggas. Them niggas used to pound him out on the tennis court. And it got to a point, he went out there with the strap. And as he sees the nigga at the store, nigga get killed in a drive-by. But, like, he ain't take no shit from nobody. Maybe he was still in character. Maybe he actually.
I did hear
hit a
that there's a
break.
thing, though.
You know, it's possible. I just think that the way he went about it, like, you've asserted yourself to a certain level of stardom past your movies, right? With how active he is on social media. Like, he's sort of shifted how people do shit on social media using the movie effects in his shit, right? Like you look at his shit. What's this motherfucker's name? Jason Derulo. The two of them niggas got all kinds of mini series on this shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's a fucking megastar beyond his TV shows, beyond his movies at this point. Because there's a generation of motherfuckers that haven't seen The Fresh Prince, right? That have never heard this nigga's music. They've never seen an Independence Day, iRobot, none of this shit. They've never seen it. They know Will Smith from social media. Fucking megastar. How you think that nigga's gonna look at you now? those people who only know you from your happy-go-lucky shit. Granted, people are human, but you could have handled that behind scenes. Y'all run in the same circles, right? Y'all are famous black celebrities. Y'all are in the same rooms. I'm not saying he's right or wrong for wanting to put hands on a nigga, right? Because at the end of the day, if your chick ain't happy, you might want to address some shit. You ain't had to do it in front of everybody. Because now, you the one that's losing out, right? The projects that he had in the work, them shits got shelved, right? You subsequently dropped out of the academy. When if you had done that behind scenes, no one would have said anything because it wouldn't have been viral. It wouldn't have been viral, right? It would have been between the motherfuckers that was there.
Assuming nobody pulls out a camera.
Do we buy the whole protect black women thing with this incident?
I mean, it's his wife. It's his wife. I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like, yo, if you poke me, I turn around and shoot you, it's warranted. If I poke you and you turn around and shoot me, it's warranted.
Does that stand true in comedy?
Listen, I think these comedy motherfuckers been like trying to hide behind it's comedy for so long and
The
don't
same
want to
way
take
that work
any
niggas do.
accountability for the shit they be saying. Oh, nothing should be off limits to us. We're comedians.
So let me
Like,
ask y'all this.
No, nigga, if you said some shit that's wrong, you're gonna deal with the consequences of whatever you said, however somebody feels about it and decides to handle it.
Before Sunday, did y'all know she had alopecia?
Nope.
I'd seen a post about it, I think.
I thought she just balded her head. To be
Now,
her.
now that's where I was, right? Because we've seen, I think that we've.
But I don't even think that's a valid excuse, right? Because if somebody made a joke about somebody and they had cancer, but no, what if somebody was like cracking on T'Challa, getting on him, motherfucker, skinny as fuck, head looked like big as fuck, looked like a lollipop, and then 2 months later he died of cancer. How would you have felt then? Would you have been like, "Oh, nobody knew. This is a good joke"? I don't think
All
that
right.
would be the same.
But I
thing.
seen from one perspective,
Or Virgil,
that it was
because Virgil was looking skinny and looking like.
I seen from
He
one
may have
perspective,
been sick as well.
it could have been a misinterpretation of the direction of the joke as well. So he said G.I. Jane, right?
Yeah. And she looked like she would be ready to play the role.
Physically, yes, but I think that he was speaking to the masculinity portion because Jada,
But that's the thing with the joke, right?
either way, it's fucking disrespectful.
No, I'm saying it can be interpreted however at that point. Just like art. Like the four of us in this room can look at the same piece of art, the same piece of abstract art and see four different things.
Depending on which entendre you pick up.
Right? So sure, it could have been a masculinity joke for Jada towards Will. Or it could have been the fact that you look like you are ready to play the role of G.I. Jane Part 2.
Because your lack of hair.
Does it really open the floodgate for every comedian to be getting the piss smacked out of him based on what he says now?
Niggas been running up on stage for comedians for a long time. It's just been happening.
Yeah, but so
Comedians get up there and they want to fucking talk, to get on niggas in the crowd. Some niggas ain't here for it. I came to watch a show, not become your show, my nigga. I'll smack you.
There's a clip of Will on the Arsenio Hall show cracking jokes on the drummer in the band who has alopecia.
Does that confirm he had alopecia?
So that's what they said. But his thing was when everyone else was like, "Ah, man, it's distasteful." He was like, "Come on, man, it's just jokes." That was his response to people's reaction to what he said about the man. So it's just jokes when you do it, but it's not just jokes when someone did it and it affected you.
40 years later.
Regardless, it was just jokes. Right? It's just jokes. You got to move that.
What?
your phone is putting feedback. It's just jokes. I don't think that the joke crossed the line. Right?
I don't think you get to decide that.
Everyone has their opinion, right? That might have been a line for her. Cool. Obviously, Will was not privy to that line either because, as we stated earlier, he laughed.
And as he became privy,
okay, that's cool. You ever been to a comedy show? You know what happens to the motherfuckers that sit in the front row.
I was in the back and niggas started talking about me.
It happens.
I'm just saying.
Right?
If it would have went too far, maybe I'd have tackled the nigga.
But I'm saying, in the front, like, that's like prime pickings. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes comedians can go too far. Granted.
It's the culture.
But don't go to the comedy show.
I don't have a listen, nigga.
I don't agree with that.
As a nigga who goes to comedy shows and is always the first person,
I don't agree with that.
That's what comedians do.
I think that shit stemmed from, what was that, 2015, 2016, Oscar So White, when they was talking about, oh, they not showing up because only white people getting nominated.
Okay.
Chris Rock was like, don't show up, y'all wasn't invited anyway. Like, they didn't like that shit. I think she felt that was distasteful, and the fact that he came back with this, she's like, I'm sick of this nigga.
And all of that is quite possible. But this is not the first year that they put a comedian to host the award show.
It's always a comedian.
That's my point.
Because they want you to make the jokes. And that,
Yes. Absolutely.
does it make us as a people, like, I've seen so much shit talk about that shit set us back and all of this shit. Do y'all feel that way?
I can agree with that. Because now they can use that as, see what happens when we let them in here?
Right.
Now it's not, to me, even the slap wasn't as bad as it could have been, because I put myself in that situation. Whether I made the joke and you ain't like it, whatever. Like, you came up here, you slapped me, right? You say if I make a joke or if I poke you, and your reaction is to turn around and shoot me, is warranted. Now we just in a back and forth match because I cracked the joke. You came here and got physical. Now, I feel like I'm warranted to get physical back. Because if that was me, we gonna be tussling on this fucking stage.
Sometimes
up
words deserve physicality.
Sometimes.
At times.
But I
Words
don't
deserve
believe that
physicality.
joke crossed the line and warranted that. Maybe how I yelled on the stage, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. I could get that, right? Because at that point, he was like, all right. When you came up the stage, all right, now we gonna squabble because you up here, you interrupting my paycheck today.
Yeah, we would have been scrapping dogs.
Yeah, we've been tussling, rolling on the stage, rolling down the steps. They'd have had the motherfucking the rainbow colored screen on saying technical difficulties, and they'd have never let us back in the award show. They wouldn't hire a black comedian back in that motherfucker again. Word. Because how many times you think that this happened to Chris Rock? Would you say that Chris Rock is a top tier comedian?
Sure.
Yeah.
How many times you think that this is happening?
That somebody's walked up on stage on him?
Mm-hmm.
Probably never.
And the only reason it happened is because this motherfucker's famous.
Because who's famous?
Will.
I think because he's famous and also the environment, right? Like, there's not security stopping people from going up on that stage. It's kind of like a, you know,
Like all us Hollywood niggas.
right. So they don't see the need to have that
Now I
level of
understand that
security
part.
there.
I understand that part, right? But when you saw him walk up the stage, so we were here and we didn't see it live. There's only one thing going through my mind when I see you walk up the stage. After, like, the events leading up to that, right? I cracked a joke, you laughed, she didn't, she looked at you, you stopped laughing, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Okay, it's a hostile situation from right there. What other reason is there
Did
for
he
you to
say
walk
anything
up the
before
stage?
he went up the stage?
He said, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I didn't realize he said something before he walked up.
And then he walked up.
Then he sat back down and said it again.
It's like, he cracked a joke. He was like, all right, I will. Then walked up, slapped him. Then he was like, wow, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me. And it's like, okay. I think that it just could have been handled. Even if you had to get physical, like, you ain't got to do that for everybody to see.
Sometimes
Right.
you do.
That's all good and well. But do you think that
It's
Jada...
black people and black people.
What is Jada's role in all of this? To y'all. Do you think that... All right, so I asked y'all if you felt like Will was emasculated. Jada is definitely a masculine woman, right?
I don't know.
At least her outward portrayal of whatever the fuck. You don't see the little clips. You don't see how she speaks, how she carries herself. It's like, I'm the shit. And when in doubt, nigga, I wear the pants. Fuck is you talking about? Type shit. She's like typical, dare I say.
I mean, I don't really watch. I've never watched the table talk.
I
I probably
clips.
scroll past her clips because I'm not even interested in like the girl talk topic. I'm not even interested in that type of shit. So you probably seen something I can see. So I'll take your word for it.
So it's like, and she clearly has a tendency to be a little toxic, even in how she think about, like, all right, think about how you would perceive your wife would act if you did not believe in marriage, and what you would expect or whatever of her, the interaction. Jada seems like a couple of degrees opposite of whatever that is for you or for me. Like, she's just not, she doesn't seem like she's submissive at all. She doesn't seem like she is a compromising woman. Like, not a compromising, agreeable. Which is typical of American black women generally. She's like that. Like how they that whole stereotypical whatever. So, and then we know that she can be a little toxic, considering how she talks all willy-nilly. Do you think that this is a case of the toxic woman with the beta nigga, and this is just a byproduct of her role in that relationship? Like, she is just that person that brings that type of energy to situations. Like, did you read that far into it? Well, I guess you couldn't because you don't follow Jada at all. But do you think that could be the case?
I think she felt the way about the joke. She wanted her nigga to come to her defense. Like,
She wanted that, or
listen, there's only one reason why you would look at me like that when I'm laughing at a joke that was made about you. Because I obviously thought it was funny because I laughed. You looked at me and it's like, all right,
I don't even think he thought it was
over.
funny. I think he just knows the environment he's in.
And so he was just laughing.
And
But there were
everybody
other
just
people that
kinda
wasn't laughing at the
just
joke
laughed.
though.
I think because at that point when you know it's about you, the camera is gonna go to you. So
Yeah,
it's
but if
either-
you don't think it's funny, I don't give a fuck what this camera's doing.
yeah, but it's show business. So says a joke about you, camera's gonna pan to you,
Yeah,
laugh,
and I'm gonna show that I ain't think it was funny.
but you're not in show business. But I understand what you're saying.
It's like,
He has a role to play there.
but she didn't laugh, right? The camera went to her. She wasn't laughing. She
was
wasn't
rolling her
smiling.
eyes.
Exactly.
Right. Because she felt the way. He can just act it out maybe a little bit better. He did that and was met with the consequences of his wife giving him the side eye. So Chris Rock got some retaliation. I mean, it just is what it is, bro. I mean, like, in my opinion, I don't, whatever.
Yeah, I just wish that if it was gonna happen,
So is your question like, is Jada so toxic that she just breeds this type of energy, like to have Will put himself on the front line and
Yeah.
have him out just doing stupid shit,
Yeah.
and chasing niggas down and getting all kind of.
but we've never seen this from Will before.
We've never seen it from Will before,
And
but
they've been married how long?
So at 50, he's gonna
it's just been. Think
after
about
30
it.
years of
At-
marriage.
At 50, he's still because guess what? I mean, this is just hearsay, but I don't think that would have happened with a Denzel or a Samuel Jackson or a ton of other motherfuckers, right? It could be indicative of that Will seeks her approval. And the reason why I think that is because
But doesn't everybody do that?
right, you can seek your woman's approval, but not in that way per se. Like if you're a nigga that commands your situations and whatever, you know, okay, this is not the appropriate time for that. I'll address him when whatever. But she just merely looked at him a certain way.
She may have said something. We don't know.
She might have said something. We don't. I didn't even consider that part, right? But she just looked at him. I done had bitches that I've been with that will do shit like that, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get this nigga. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Type shit.
Cause you pussy.
This man, huh?
Cause you pussy.
Because I'm pussy. This nigga at 53, you see how I just skip past that?
Yeah, that's right.
Eat a dinnick. Skip past that.
You're his daddy.
This nigga is a weird one.
You open the door to that.
Fucking. She just looked at him a certain way, and the nigga went off. Like, you better get this nigga. Fuck you mean? He talking about me. But I could talk about whatever the fuck I want, however the fuck I want. And you know.
But
It did make for good content though. Like the memes afterwards. Them motherfuckers is quick. Like part of that makes me believe that it was staged. Like how quick motherfuckers got skits out and this shit just happened. How quick motherfuckers got memes going viral. Fucking 1.8
that's
million
these niggas'
views.
jobs, bro. Listen,
Bro,
when
the
I left
award
here
show
that
is
night,
still on,
before
bro.
I went to bed, nigga, that's their job, bro. They're sitting there doing that shit. That's like, I get it, bro. Like they got that shit lined up. They already know what memes to go to.
Yeah, but how you knew
When I
that
got
he was gonna get
upstairs-
slapped if it wasn't staged?
Got on Instagram for a little bit before I went to bed. I seen that shit. I said, "Oh, that shit's fake."
I was getting text messages
I
during the show.
woke up in the
about it.
morning, and I was like, "This, they do know this is fake, right? Like, there's no way this is real."
It made for good content, bro.
And then I don't even think I went to work the next day. I think I called out, and then it was just retarded. The whole fucking
Bro, niggas, like a week worth of fucking memes. And I'm sure I haven't seen them all. But there was some funny ones up there, though.
I got
made
sick
for
of
good
it quick.
content, bro.
I don't know, bro. It just looked like. All right, so from a different view, Jada might just be playing, her outward persona might just be playing the role that, black women on television have to play in order to fucking maintain careers at this point, the way it looks anyway to me. Like this whole bad girl, toxic woman, whatever, it gains the interest. If you think about her like Red Table Talks or whatever, it gains the interest of women when you're like, assertive and dominant and you stomp your feet around and stuff like that.
No, I think women just watch women. I mean, I don't think that's women talk shows. Women watch that. Like,
but I don't think
bitches
women,
watch Oprah. Like, I don't think
women watch.
I think women collectively like to watch drama. If there's no drama, they don't want it.
there was no drama on the Oprah show.
Which bitch in our generation sits there watching Oprah?
I don't know.
So Will Smith is
But they
relevant.
do our talk shows,
Will
right?
Smith is relevant in
There's Ellen DeGeneres. She's watched by mostly women.
right, but I'm talking about our generation of women. I'm not talking about old bitches. Our women like bullshit collectively. If it's not surgery, I mean, besides the normal stuff that they want, like, CSI, surgery, First 48, the murder shows and shit. I don't know what that's about. I still haven't figured that out. But primarily, they like drama, fighting, nonsense.
I don't.
That's the type of television
I think
that they
there's
like
a
to watch.
portion of it, but I don't think that's all they watch. And no, I don't think that's completely true.
If you take the average woman and you go down her fucking social media, all she's talking about is reality TV and the drama and
That's
the
all
fighting
that's on
and the
TV.
I
bullshit.
think those are just the kind of bitches that you be paying attention to.
No, it's not. That's so stupid to say. It's not.
I think that's just the women that's in your scope.
That's stupid to say too.
I think so.
I just think it's in mass at large.
Because I don't see that. So I would just have to assume that's what you see in your
Do you even-
Rolodex.
Oh, you don't see it. And you're on social a lot more. And I'm sure you
You think I'm on social media more than you?
yes.
Pull up your time right now.
My time? How do I do that?
Go on Instagram. Go to your profile.
Uh-huh.
I got to figure out how to do this. Go to your activity.
Time spent?
There we go.
Time on Instagram today.
What's your daily average?
What's yours?
What's your daily? I asked you first. Touche.
You got more, right?
Yeah, I do.
What is it?
A lot more than you. An hour more than you.
Average is 2 hours and change. You're on Instagram a lot more. You follow a wider range of fucking people than I do. That's for sure.
I don't think so. A wider range of people? Yeah, you might be right. Which would be indicative of you seeing this very limited scope of bitches that like reality television.
I just think that that's what bitches like. I'm
I don't
talking
think that
about
to be
this
true.
across. I'm talking about.
I don't think there's a mass
So-
of 30-year-old bitches that's just watching
So let's go off social for a second. I'm talking about in meeting
Love and
bitches.
Hip Hop.
I'm off social media for a second. I'm talking about in regular life experience. Like, I pay attention to what they talk about. I hear what they're speaking about. They're speaking about the latest Housewives, Atlanta Housewives. It's all reality TV, and it's all based around the drama that's going on. It's never like, oh, such and such.
Talking about the women that you meet in Havana.
Why do you insist on saying my spots out loud? That's mad annoying. I don't want people to know my spots.
Nobody's looking for you, nigga.
It doesn't
Shut up.
matter. But why? If I ask you not to do it, why would you say it? That's not what I'm talking about. No, them bitches actually don't say nothing about that because they're just doing Spanish bitch shit. I'm talking about black women here. don't get me wrong. It grows across all of the races.
What's the difference?
If women like
That
drama,
leads
they
me
like
to my-
drama.
the-
And
to
if
my-
they're American, they're American. I mean, if they're same growing up in the same social circles.
I don't know. I'm starting to feel like, and this is hard for me to say because I love black women, right? But I think the ones here are a little fucked. Just
Sounds
a little
good.
bit. Like, they just are
Expound on that. Go ahead.
they're just with anything that doesn't pertain to regular, like just being a regular, normal fucking human being. They just be doing mad extras. They do the wrong things for attention. They besides the fact that
But when you say black, what do you mean?
I don't want to use this term, but I have to, I guess, like ADOS. Dare I? The descendants of them.
Do
folks.
you think that you may be putting them in the category of ADOS when they may not be?
Yes, I'm using it for so you can understand what I'm saying. American Negro black women, nigga.
But do you think there are a subset of women that you're considering that and putting them in that
No
category,
I'm
and that's not
I'm
what they
thinking
are?
At large, nigga. I believe at this point I have a large enough scope of experiencing women from the West Coast, the East Coast, the South, the North.
But what I'm saying is they ain't really that many of us. So I think that what you're doing may be adding
What the fuck you mean they ain't that many of
outside
us? Are
groups into that group that don't belong there, and you're
No,
judging
I'm
them
very,
together.
I'm very. I think. All right. So outside, give me an example of an outside group of an American fucking Negro black woman.
I think you may be adding some people that are from outside groups
Immigrants?
into that group. Precisely.
I'm not.
Okay.
I don't
Just asking
think
you
I
a question.
am. I'm just not in this circumstance. Don't get me wrong. There are certain
Because
groups
there
of
ain't that many of us,
American Negroes.
right, that's been here for a century. Families who've been here for a century or two. So
Oh, so you're basically saying like a bunch of the women that I'm speaking about are only a couple generations removed from whatever country they're from?
right. Like they may not really be that.
Okay, so then let's broaden what I'm saying.
But then you would be talking about somebody else.
I'm talking about the ones that are here. Preferably the ones I find that when they come from different places directly, like now, not talking about generations ago, like they in our age group, 25 to 45, and they came here later or whatever, came here as adults even.
25 to 45 ain't like age group.
Whatever. It's the age group I fucking play in.
It's still not an age group.
I'm just saying. I'm talking about, yeah, all right. But that age range, roughly, 25 to 40, whatever. So, I just think that they're out of touch, like, with whatever the fuck a woman. All right. So I'm not gonna lie. My boy, Dr. B, or Brandon from Clubhouse, he has like a vendetta against American black women. So he exposes. I don't want to say that way. I don't know if that's really what it is, but he exposes a lot of their bullshit a lot of the time. And so when you parallel it to what you experience, it makes sense. And there's a wave of people that believe that the second you go out of America, like America is a controlled substance. Like the second you go out of America, you can more easily find something that is workable in a woman. Now, I think we've all dated. We haven't. Forget it. I was about to say I think we've all dated black women. But all right, so for instance, y'all niggas, I don't know y'all to date black women. Is there a specific reason for that?
I've dated black women. American black women.
Like girlfriends?
Mm-hmm. Just because you may not be privy to the information doesn't mean that it has happened.
What's your point, nigga?
My point is that, all right, so there's a whole group of people that believe the second you go out of the country, you can still want black. You don't have to be outside of the race, so to speak.
I think you are.
How?
Black is an American thing.
I'm not that.
It is.
Yeah, all right,
When you,
whatever.
when
I
you
used
go
to
other places,
I
they
used
don't
to
call themselves
believe
black.
what you're saying or what you're trying to get at, but in recent time I don't believe that anymore. I believe that when, like I was saying, that there's very few of us. You may walk around and think you're seeing a lot of black people, but you're really not. You're seeing a lot of people that look like you, but they not what you are. They don't have generations in this country. They don't have lineage going back to fucking mulattoes and slavery and Jim Crow. They don't got none of that. They don't got family from the South. They don't got they're not from that lineage. They're not cut from the same cloth as us.
So
A lot of people you're seeing are 1 and 2 generations away from being immigrants.
So I may be misdirecting.
And that's what I'm saying.
But at large, isn't it all the same collectively?
I don't think so.
No. So you think? Are you?
I think our experience is very different from theirs.
Our experience is very different from theirs. I understand that.
Right.
But
And this is what I'm
talking
trying to.
about in terms of how they're collectively carrying themselves here. Is that the same? That's what you're saying that it's not? Or it is?
What? Say that again?
How they collectively carry themselves as to why people feel these sentiments, period.
Who's collectively? The people who.
The American black women.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're saying. I'm sorry.
All right. So if you had, on average right now, like y'all niggas, I'm gonna be very direct. On average right now, do you believe that collectively black women are acting as they should? On average, collectively, right now. Because if you do, then we ain't got nothing else to talk about.
I think they are behaving in the manner that has brought them here. Right? Like, I don't think that, like, they're on some, like, wayward South fucking expedition just bugging out. I think that series of events have brought them to where they are today.
What series of events?
Making bad choices.
Collectively?
Yeah. But niggas making bad choices as well, too. The niggas who they decided to procreate with, be with, marry.
Oh, I kind of think I get where you're going. Like you're saying,
I think it's symbiotic to each other, like where we are. Like it's not for no reason that they act the way they act and they are the way they are.
Well, there's a sect of people that believe that as soon as you go outside of the country, the culture is maintained.
Which is fine, but that would be you lacking accountability for the situation you've created here.
The situation that I created here?
Whoever.
Gave my part to create?
Mhm.
So you think that it's more responsible to deal with the situation here?
Of course.
But you don't date black women.
You are correct.
So how does that translate over?
It doesn't. But that's my opinion.
So you believe that's the way it should be, although you don't partake.
Mm-hmm. Don't do what I do what I tell you to do.
If that ain't some Leo shit, I don't know what it is.
I'm just telling you my opinion.
Well, listen, in my plight for my wives, I don't know if because I've been battling the fucking the situation here for a long time, right?
Which may be cool, but you would be going in and into a different culture. So what would be the difference?
Not into a different culture per se. I'm talking.
But
I'm not
if you
saying- I'm
leave
not
the
saying-
country, you're going
once
to
you
be
leave-
in a different
once you leave
culture.
the country.
You're gonna be. It's different, bro. It's not the same.
I'm not saying
You're
I'm gonna
taking
fly
on-
across fucking seas and go find a fucking wife. I'm saying, like,
So when you leave here, where you going? Canada?
no.
So what the fuck are you talking about?
Listen, I'm talking like,
You gonna go to Thailand or some shit, right?
no, nigga. I'm talking about what?
My bad.
Thailand. I'm talking about. I still date indigenous women, just not
Indigenous to where exactly?
indigenous to the earth, motherfucker. Afro, whatever.
So you gonna go to Nigeria and find a wife?
I would totally fucking marry an African woman. I would totally fucking be with an Arab woman, probably. I would totally South America, Africa, Haitian. Although Haitian women seem to love everybody but black people.
But you just said no, but then you just named all these countries
Everywhere
where ain't no
overseas.
black people.
That ain't no black
Not
people.
gonna say ain't no black people, but aren't predominantly black countries.
I named Haiti. South America is still. I still think that Spanish people at a core are, you know.
Some of them are, some of them ain't.
Well, I wouldn't date a European Spaniard. That's a white bitch to me.
It is.
I'm talking about like a,
And if you went to South America, that's probably what you'd find.
a European Spaniard, a European Spanish person in South America.
Yeah.
Ecuador, Honduras. Those are white Spanish bitches to you?
Some
Does
of
it
them
matter
are.
what they identify as?
What they identify as?
Yeah.
Some of them are. And
It does matter what they identify as, because I find if they don't identify as something, they're going to align with that in when in doubt. They're going to align with what you don't want when in doubt.
So, in those places that you just named, colorism is a thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where, well, I'm not black. I had an employee. This is 2022, so we probably talking like 6 years ago, 7 years ago. She was from Turkey. She asked me, what box does she check when it asks for her
Tribe, what
race?
box is that?
Turkey, white.
Didn't we have this discussion last time?
We did.
Oh, okay.
What did I say then?
No. He and I had this conversation.
He wasn't here? When the hell
It
did we
wasn't
have-
on the show.
It wasn't? Oh.
Turkey is white.
I mean, that's the box that I told her to check because I said, listen, I checked the black box. I checked the black box. So I asked the question. Is this you? She goes, no. It asks like Pacific Islander and shit. Is this you? No.
Ain't much more options.
So you know that these two aren't you for sure. But, you know, even being white is an American thing. Like when you go to these other countries, they don't call themselves white per se. Maybe now because of the access that we have to everything, but
Right, they identify
they
more
might
with
not
their
identify
nation.
as being black.
Right.
My name Kodak Black. Where you see me, I'm white.
But I'm just
Go ahead,
saying.
what's the
So
next
like
bar?
you
Hit the
go
next bar. Hit the next
I
bar.
don't know.
My name Kodak Black and I might fuck your white wife.
Like you'll go to South America. They may not identify as Afro anything.
Even though Brazil has
Brazil,
the highest concentration of African people outside of Africa.
Brazil is definitely one of them.
One of what?
The places that I would, find my Afro, whatever.
But that's a place where they identify as that, though.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Wherever I'm talking about, they're gonna have to identify as whatever. They're gonna have to identify as something indigenous that ain't, where somebody identifies is basically telling you when in the middle.
But there's a bunch of
when in the middle of
white-skinned Dominicans and Puerto Ricans running around talking about the Afro Latinas.
cool, and that's still going to determine their fucking side of the fence when in conflict.
Does it?
Even though they can pass to something else.
Because when shit get thick,
That's when
niggas be
niggas
like,
start switching sides. Spanish niggas habitually do that. The women,
light-skinned black people do that too.
light-skinned black people.
People your complexion is lighter.
what about your fucking complexion?
I'm brown.
I mean, if you using your tools as an ally, cool. But some of them used it and became ops.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, everyone is
That's some
entitled
Spanish
to
bitch
feel,
dating ass niggas.
Everybody's entitled to feel how they feel.
I'm just trying to
But-
justify me going to get a Spanish bitch.
All I'm saying is, like, there's still a lot to choose from outside of that. This small group
It's
that
a
you're
small.
talking about.
It's a small fucking group.
No. I'm the group that I believe that the group that you're speaking about is a small group.
When we say small, what do we talk about? Because like, I'm trying to explain to you niggas
When you
like
said
the
when we
shit
say
goes on
small?
in mass. Yes. Maybe we're not clear on what the fuck I'm talking about. Like the collective energy of black women in today's society. Like what the fuck?
But what I'm saying is, I think that you have this grandiose idea of how many people it is because you're grouping all these other groups in with black people because they look like them. But these are motherfuckers who are 1 and 2 generations removed from someplace else.
At this point, doesn't that make them? All right, so they
Fuck
want.
That
no,
don't make them
nigga.
ADOS, nigga.
They want. All right, I said ADOS.
But that
to
don't make
kinda-
them American black per se either.
What? How many generations you gotta be in a fucking place before you a part of it?
Nigga, if
My mother
English
was
is
born
not
in
your
the
first
50s.
language,
She was a part of she was around during segregation and Jim Crow. So I'm 1 generation removed from Jim Crow.
word. I was just talking about this the other day. Like, my mother was born in the 50s, right?
But your mother was up here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she experienced some bullshit. I don't really know what was going on in New York. I don't think it was like,
right.
but there was definitely some bullshit going on, especially in fucking like Queens and shit with all these fucking racist Italian motherfuckers running around.
I was thinking about my great aunts and uncles, my grandmother's siblings. My grandmother was born in 43, and she was the youngest of 13 children, right? So
And she's from Carolinas, right?
she was born here,
Oh, okay.
but her siblings was down there, right? Her mother and father, like, they was in the South. So we're talking maybe 3 generations removed from slavery, like actual slavery, before laws was passed that this shit was illegal.
When was Juneteenth?
1865.
I'm almost inclined to just talk about, to make it more so about women here. Like America
But then
does.
you're including all these other cultures, so then it's an American problem, not a black woman
I think
problem.
it's an American problem. But I think that the only reason I'm calling it a black thing is because that's who I deal with, to be honest, if I'm thinking about it the right way. That's who I deal with. So
then it's the perspective.
it's a
Because
perspective,
if it's
yeah.
an American problem, it's not just American black women.
Yeah, I don't care, but I don't care about the others. So
But whether you care about them or not, they're still part of this group that you're trying to put together to say that they have this issue.
you're right.
It would be
But it's
more of a
just
collective
non-factor when it
issue
comes
of
to me.
American.
I'm talking about black women because that's what I date, black women. So
But it's not just black women our age. Your mother don't watch soap operas?
the old ones.
Your mother don't watch soap operas?
Yeah.
It's not drama in soap operas?
It's not like that.
For their generation?
Do you think their brain can tell the difference?
For their generation.
Whether it's
not the
reality
drama?
TV or fucking...
I mean, it's been passed down, fine. But what I'm saying is collectively they just into some shit, you know, the feminism versus the sexual liberation versus the masculinity versus the gender fluidity versus America is just a fucking sinkhole for things that don't progress us. And mind you, I have a firm belief
It's because we allow it.
that our women at large have been fucking collectively sabotaging the shit out of our race for quite some time now. Maybe at least since the 50s. or maybe even the 30s.
How so?
With their just political movements, how gullible and easy they are for other people's movements to draft them for their agendas, to buying into political institutions that don't serve us at large, but serve them, or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
They're just scientifically, supposedly anyhow, women are the most gullible of the two species. And so naturally, when conquerors go and set about doing things, the first people they grab is the women for ideological purposes, for religion switching purposes, for, wartime after.
But what do they do simultaneously?
Kill the men.
Right.
Okay.
So when
Nigga,
men
if
are
they're killing the
dying
protectors,
and
what are you
aren't
gonna
there
do?
to protect women, they have to leech on to the next best thing, which are these non-serving political groups.
for survival. Because the alternative is we die too.
But now we have a situation, regardless of whether that's, you're right.
But that's important though.
It is important. But regardless, here, they're operating in a certain way that doesn't make for, I'm talking about collectively. You always have your outliers. And I happen to believe that there are plenty of decent women around. But collectively, at large, in mass, they have an energy that doesn't speak to the idea of anything permanent or like anything
So
buildable.
do you think that the women and men are out of balance in terms of ratio to what you're saying?
I don't understand that.
What did you say? Say that again.
You said, do I understand?
Do you think that there's not a balance in terms of ratio between the men and women that are doing the thing that you're talking about?
Oh, you're saying like, is there an equal amount of men that are just as fucked up? Yeah. What do you
And
think?
are some of the men driving this issue that you're trying to drive?
Are some of those
Bitches ain't
same men-
shit. I can't fuck with these black bitches.
Yeah.
I'm
Now,
gonna go out
y'all
the
know,
country.
I'm
I'm gonna
like-
go get me a white bitch. I'm gonna go da da da. I'm not saying
Not saying
you.
you,
I'm
but
just saying this is the
narrative.
narrative of what these niggas have taken on.
Yeah.
So you're just whatever. Niggas is giving up.
So, if you are an upstanding black man, right, that dates black women, unlike yourself,
Listen, if I didn't meet my girl when I was 16, or shit, I wouldn't have gone that way. It wouldn't have been this way. But it just is what it is.
you believe that it is your responsibility to work with what you have here.
Of course.
So just grab one and make it happen.
What's the alternative?
Grab one
You
outside of here.
leave all of so you don't do that. You leave all of them in broken homes, no men, fatherless homes to grow up in, to raise their daughters and sons. Now you go out and you're like, I'm sick of these bitches, and then y'all go and pick up some submissive bitch from Thailand and bring her back.
Why do you
Nigga
keep talking
keeps
about
saying
Thailand?
Cause there's a bunch of niggas on fucking this manosphere shit, going to Asia, picking up bitches and shit. So
Yeah,
that's,
I wouldn't remove myself that far. Like, it would be some black ass Brazilian woman or some
What's the
black
difference?
ass Dominican
But
woman.
what's the difference? There's black people in Thailand. Technically, they would be indigenous to Thailand, wouldn't they?
But they Asians.
according to your
It's
standards.
something else, ain't it?
If you look at pictures of these motherfuckers from 200 and 300 years ago, they look like black people.
Fine. All right, we know that Africans is worldwide. Fine.
But I'm
talking
just
about now.
regardless of where it is, it's the same product, nigga. It doesn't change it. You just can't see past Thailand. It don't matter where you go, it's still the same fucking thing that's gonna happen.
What is gonna happen? I'm
You're
gonna pick them
going
up.
to leave all these women here, either husbandless, fatherless, or leave them to raise fatherless children, and you're gonna go out and start a new family with this submissive.
It sounds
bitch.
like he's telling me to go pick up a fucking fully broken family and just put it on my
That's not
back.
what I'm saying, but I'm not talking about you specifically. You keep making this about you.
You said you're gonna go outside and pick
I'm
up
not
and
talking
let these
about
girls.
you specifically.
All right, fine.
So the average nigga that's 30 years old already has a kid, right? We could assume that, right? Not average, but there may be a 50-50 split, right? It might be 50% of niggas who. So now that they've gone out into the marketplace and figured out their worth, and now they're like, fuck these bitches. I done got 2 kids in America, or 1 or 2 kids. Now I'm gonna go out to Brazil and go find me another bitch that know how to cook, clean, sweep, and shut her fucking mouth.
Yes.
Oh, so you're saying they already did their part to fucking fuck up the
Right.
situation here, but I didn't do so.
I'm not talking about. Why are you fucking so narcissistic? You think everybody talking about you, nigga? Fuck you.
I'm just saying I didn't.
You
do
are
that,
not
so
the fucking-
I could be free and clear. Right?
You can do whatever you want, but we are not talking about you. We are talking about
the issue.
You're talking
as a
about
whole.
the danger of pushing this idea. Period.
Yes, you and Mr. B.
Doctor. He's a doctor.
Indeed.
He got kids.
One.
He with the
Well,
mother.
there you go. He's the main pusher of this bullshit.
He with the mother.
Obviously not.
No. I think he's a divorcee.
So I know that this your man's. Would you say that he is part of what's going on? Because he obviously felt how he felt to be married, have a child with this woman that's from here.
I think that he might be a little jaded because of his experience with said woman. But also, and that's another thing. Like he's big on the clubhouse shit. Like he runs these big ass rooms full of all of these different women from all around America. And bruh, collectively, it's quite the fucking doozy. They be all over the place.
And on Clubhouse, I'm pretty sure these are not all the subset of women that you think you're talking about.
Yeah, they especially now they're from all around the world. I find that English black women, like black women in England, fucking hate black men. Right? I don't know what that's about. Like further, like our women don't per se hate us. It's more of a culture of like men are beneath you.
It's an American culture that they hate men. It is. It's just a fact.
Is it that they?
Of course, there's women that just walk around saying they hate men and give all these dumbass excuses as to why.
It's trendy, but I don't think it's
super
like
trendy.
And because it's trendy, it's causing the manifestation of the sentiment. But I feel like the sentiment is already fucking hard ingrained in London black, like England black women. Like they hold whole fucking multi-thousand people situations just to fucking shit on black men and like their lack of protection and their weakness and their inability to do this and divest and go outside of the
And
race.
I just talking off the cuff here, right? I think that's because all these people in London are from so many different places and they don't really have any real ties to each other. Where here, there is some movement of, we got to protect black men. We got to protect black women because there is that cultural tie to each other where going back 400 and 500 years.
That's a good point.
These niggas are just some Ethiopian, some Nigerian, some from Ghanaian, some whatever other Lagos and Congo and whatever the fuck. They all just try to get to London because they see it as a safer place than where they came from. So they have no regard for each other. They don't give a fuck. Other than Africa as a whole, as a land tie, they don't really have.
So if I'm being responsible, I jump into the dick and paycheck pool.
Dick and paycheck.
Because that's what we are. And,
That's what you're going to be regardless.
And, maneuver that.
Do you think that that's not going to be what it is? And
yeah, but, like, you get a lot more bang for your buck.
$40. Matt Bernice is for 40.
The math be mathing. Like, word. No, I'm not like ready to fucking go across seas.
You are.
And fucking move. No, I'm not.
You've
been talking this shit for a minute, nigga. Don't act like this is your first time bringing this up.
Listen,
since Clubhouse.
You've been drinking the Dr. B juice for a long time.
my American Negro wife is down south somewhere.
You talked to
I
her on
do
Clubhouse?
believe that, huh?
Why you had to laugh, man?
What did you say?
I said, do you talk to her on Clubhouse?
I just thought it was.
I'm just asking a question.
Nah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know who she is yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh
You
man,
know, when I get down south, then I'll become.
y'all niggas are retarded.
I do want a light skin one and a dark skin one.
Good luck, buddy. More power to you. I hope you get everything your heart desires.
Why wouldn't you? That's what good friends do.
I'm
He's just
putting it out
reiterating
there.
that sentiment for you.
All right.
Putting it
I'm
out
Put it
there.
into
putting
the
out that
universe.
positive energy for you, my black brother, my black king.
Make her like an IG model with tattoos, the light skin one.
Okay. Let
And
me
the
picture
dark-
this. Okay. And the dark skin
The
one.
dark skin one just gotta have the bold features.
Okay.
Will be extra black
Okay.
with the yeekies.
With the get.
That's splat. Word up. But yes, we'll talk some more about, this situation. But for now, I think I'm just supposed to just deal with the fuckery here. And now, I'm starting to see, in the age group we in, the bitches got kids. You're acquiring families now, or broken ones that you are then to fix.
Okay.
So you seen the.
So whose fault is that? Is it your fault for taking your life as a joke for the last 10 years?
Was it really me taking my life as a joke, or just getting shit to the point where I'm even ready to do that? Was I taking my life for a joke, or was I fucking
Were you getting ready to just do what? Do what exactly?
settle down?
But you were dating this whole time. It wasn't like you was laser focused on just becoming a better man.
Yeah, but you don't exactly date and go, I'm not gonna go the distance with this motherfucker. Shit happens.
Right. But were you...
Was I taking myself serious to begin with, is what you're saying?
Right.
Yes. At least in my head, I was. The fuck?
Yeah.
Life experiences kind of ring you around the fucking rosy, nigga. Ain't that something?
It is. I think that's part of where you are right now.
What?
Like your life experiences have brought you to this perspective.
To where you hate black women.
I don't hate black women. I love black women. They're my favorite type of women.
And now you want to...
Spanish bitches can't even dress, so it's like if I go outside of that, I gotta teach a bitch how to dress. But I'd rather teach a bitch how to dress than to teach a bitch how to fucking not be fucking embarrassing all the time, or like.
That was my first one. I just been taking abuse all
You know what I'm
show.
saying? Like,
Yeah, but this nigga got the heater on, got the shit closed out. And niggas
Listen, man, next time I let y'all niggas freeze in this motherfucker.
this was a good move besides the nasty shit y'all niggas be classless niggas be doing.
So you gonna act like you ain't just shit on yourself twice during the show?
It was because
No. It don't matter why. Like y'all niggas do that shit all the time.
I ate vegan food. It was mad good.
No. Y'all niggas who get asked a question always try and justify what you about to say instead of answering the question first. And I'm not here for it.
Yeah, all right. So that makes 3 farts in 20 plus years, according to y'all niggas. So I'm valid. Y'all niggas do this every week.
Nah, you just shady, son.
Word. Could you be silently creeping them out
Nah.
and blaming it on Push?
I don't have that type of control.
Whatever.
Sometimes.
You got enough control to hold that motherfucker in?
For 25 years, nigga. What the fuck is he talking about?
I'm saying though, would you rather teach a bitch to dress or teach a bitch to fucking have some order?
I don't think you could teach a bitch style. Nor to have order. I think order just comes with maturity. So if you're willing to thug it out.
What? I think that if you introduce order into a woman's life, that's the only true time that she's really gonna submit to you. Because they're.
So you basically just answered your own question. Or you just...
But there's a limit to how disorderly one fucking can go before they fall off the fucking deep end. And you gotta do that much more work. And like the fact that the market is changing for a nigga like I said, we acquire whole families now all of a sudden. Like,
I mean, why you got to go to Brazil though? You be in the Spanish spot every weekend with the doñas. You doño.
I don't want to marry a bitch out the club. What's wrong with you? It's just a club. Like, regular bitches do club shit too, right?
So why would you be scouting there?
I'm not scouting there. I'm just chilling there because I ain't got nothing else to do.
But you talking about meeting hoes there. So why would
I talk about meeting hoes there?
You were talking about how you be giving the bitches drawers wet dancing with them and they just line up for you. That's what you were talking about,
No,
right?
I said no.
Right. That's what I heard. So that's how it's perceived, right?
You can't say
right?
that.
So anyway,
you can't pin me to that.
I'm pinning you to it. Anyway,
that's how they bond with you.
Right. And why would you go through all that, learning how to dance and learning how to speak Spanish?
Oh wow!
But you learned this, right? You had to learn that, right? You wasn't born doing salsa, nigga, right? You had to learn that, right?
Spanish.
So why would you do all that and then go out and continuously practice? You know, do you want me to keep going? Because I was going to get
you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Continuously practice.
And continuously practice to get bitches to go home with you, and then you could practice
bitches to go home with me,
and then you could practice baby making.
Wait. I genuinely enjoy dancing too, though. I'm not just doing it because I know it's gonna make the pussies wet. I enjoy dancing. It just happens to be so that the byproduct of the dancing, when you do it well, is to push P.
So are you saying that you put in all this work and you don't reap the benefits?
Why is he turning everything that I'm saying into the most far?
I'm just asking a question.
What work?
You've put in work to become this socialite dancing machine, game spitter, P pusher, to not reap the benefits of your hard work. Working hard, 12-hour days, 7 days a week, put some big money in your pocket to then just go out and dance and go home. Absolutely. So you're running in these circles.
It's just one of the couple of spots that I like to chill at.
The other spot is a whole bunch of Spanish niggas in there too.
Nah, that's where the black girls be.
Now, when I went there with you,
there's Spanish ones around, but there's mostly black women in there. It just happens to be the two spots that I frequent.
Yeah, niggas.
All the ones that I've seen that you introduced me to, they weren't black.
So Plush is a Spanish spot?
All the women that you introduced me to from that place, they weren't black.
Oh, you trying to say like I be picking up the Spanish joints?
What I'm trying to say is you're doing it here already. So why go to Brazil? Or do you see a problem with them too?
Because the Spanish joints here have the fixins of the American, the black woman here. It's America that might be the problem.
Ching ching. We've made our point finally push. He has agreed to it. We can go now. Thank you, sir.
But I don't include white bitches in none of this.
Whether you include them or not doesn't exclude them.
Your brain just working some weird way, nigga.
Fine, I'm just saying. All right, valid. So,
there's a lot of talent here, bro.
There's a lot of talent here. You know, the talent, it's about the actual talent, though.
Listen.
They can all walk great in front of a camera for IG.
You gonna go somewhere else.
I'm not saying I'm going somewhere else. I'm just saying
you're gonna go and get a woman from somewhere else and not be ready for their expectation of what a man's supposed to do.
Or maybe
because you're coming with your American
what if you
perspective.
niggas is just the problem?
What if you
that have
niggas,
problems with all these American women.
you niggas is just the problem?
Yeah. You niggas as in...
Of course, a nigga that been in a relationship for 2 decades is going to say that. You got to pull that one out of the fucking hat.
No, I'm just asking a question.
What if we niggas is just the problem?
I'm not saying just the problem. But what if your circumstances is...
You know, I say all of this just from my view, my vantage point. But women don't interact with me like how they act regularly. It's how they act collectively that blows me. But they don't interact with me like that per se. But their natural way of being always permeates the relationship at some point. It could be 5 years down the road. It could be married with kids. It could be different points in time. But it always permeates.
But there's no accountability on your end.
The accountability on my end? You mean in hindsight?
In any sight. Through your vantage point that you claim to have.
Accountability for... No, because I'm not looking at it like I'm interacting with them wrong or they're interacting with me wrong. I'm talking about their collective energy is something that I don't particularly find tasteful.
Okay, so culture the behavior that you want.
But at the time in which you decide to make that your woman, you saying that eventually she'll show her path to you.
Yeah, like you know,
y'all niggas smell.
That was him just now. That one wasn't me. I heard it. He thought he was low.
Eventually.
Yeah, that's your man right here.
Nigga.
The big 8.
Well, then we have some meatballs. Some vegan meatballs.
I don't smell like that, bro.
I'm telling you that plant gas be the best, the craziest gas. Wait, so yeah, I mean, they don't necessarily interact with me like that, but it's at some point, like, you know. But you're all right though. The fatherless homes, the stuff. But at the same token, like, why is it my? You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I date, all right, let's remove.
I'm not talking about you specifically, but this notion that you niggas are putting out, you haven't done those things, right? You haven't gotten a bunch of bitches pregnant here and just like, fuck it, I'm packing up and leaving. So I'm not saying it's right for you to go, but this narrative that y'all niggas is pushing can lead to this bullshit to where now you can have a bunch of bitches that share a cultural, that you share cultural responsibility with. Now you're going to get up and go and create a whole new culture of Latin, Afro-Latina, American, fucking whatever the fuck.
Ain't that what you're doing?
No, she was American to begin with. She didn't marry me from papers or nothing.
Bro. All right. Fine. I get what you're saying. Like, it is dangerous. It could be a dangerous situation.
But also,
now you're gonna lose.
had I know what I know
what if
now,
these bitches was destined to be single, period, and like that anyway because of the porch?
Single.
Think about the choices that led up to these.
But niggas and hoe have made bad choices too by getting them pregnant. Then
I agree with that 100%.
I think that what you seek and what you receive
is one and the same.
One and the same, and y'all should both rise to the occasion.
Niggas gotta be halfway, bro.
Facts. Y'all both have a responsibility to rise to the occasion. She should expect more. She should stop fucking homeless niggas. And you niggas should fucking do your part to fucking see a better future with these bitches.
Y'all niggas are retarded.
Seems legit. Spanish nigga lover.
But it's
Yeah,
like,
I just exposed you for being a Spanish bitch lover without saying that, and you just don't even see it. You just a retarded nigga. But whatever, bro.
Listen, you know I'm the prime fucking proponent of I love my black women.
Except for when you in the Spanish spot fucking with
yeah,
Spanish bitches.
that phrase,
Like,
go,
shut the fuck up, nigga.
I love my black
What?
women, but
It's no but. Fuck y'all.
There's a huge butt.
Y'all
bro,
some
you
Spanish
said
niggas
you
loving
said that
ass.
this episode, bro.
I just
I
enjoy
love
my time.
I love my black women, but
I just.
I might have to go to South America to go get me one of them things with the thing and the thing. You know.
the yalla with the yalla. You know what I mean?
For me, it's just the I think it's like the masculine and the, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just like femininity, and even if it's faked or forced. If that's what you want to do, bitch, go ahead, but just make it present. You.
I don't think you would like it fake the force because then it would just look weird. But
There is plenty of bitches. You know how many bitches I feel like down south they finesse you with a smile.
and you've been finessed.
That's cultural though.
Whatever. It's forced at that point.
Why do you think it's forced? I don't think it's
Actually,
forced. I
maybe
think
it's their natural way of being, but they're just using it toward their end.
I don't think people are just out using each other. There are a bunch of people they don't know, nigga. I think that's just the way they are. Like, why is it like they just smile more often, nigga? Like, they're more friendly. They're not in a fucking city where they just pack the same people every day. People have no fucking effect on them. People have effect on the people down there. They fucking see them less.
I don't know if that's true per se.
You become numb to it, nigga. When we stacked on top of each other here. Their neighbors are across a fucking acre of land, nigga.
Yeah, I guess. We are stacked on top of each other. You're saying that just makes angry bitches. Well, I definitely don't want a northern one. All right. Until next time in Traps Adventures, I got my eye on this.
Nah, say it. You started it, nigga.
I got my eye on this Dominican and
There you go.
Lebanese joint.
So you just going to straight nigga haters.
Nigga haters.
Dominicans don't like black people, neither do Arabs.
She look good.
So you got, but she look good though.
God dang.
The Arab thing. I had this hot
I
ass Arab girl
think
in
it'd be
college.
Dominican men that don't necessarily
Yeah.
fuck with black people.
Dominican
I know
women
mad
love 'em.
Dominican women that don't
Women
fuck with.
will get around them Dominican niggas and follow suit.
But I think it depends.
Just like
I think that's a similar scenario to when you got the colonizers coming and trying to persuade the women and killing the men. If you ain't the one asserting yourself around these 1,000 patria niggas when they out here machetes and shit, of course they gonna go over there because rolling with you is a losing battle. Even if you bought a gun to the machete fight, how many bullets you got for these 1,000 niggas that's out here?
Who's that?
Oh, that's Cynthia.
But even if, what the fuck is all this weird shit y'all niggas doing?
He asked, "Who's this?" I
But
answered
why
this
he being
question.
weird about it?
I don't know who's that.
It doesn't matter.
But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just speculation. You know what I'm saying? I still love my,
But
loud, fucking trash.
Shut up with these
talking on
bullshit ass
social-
stereotypes.
Trash talking on social media as twerking, shake a little ass, drink a little drink. And I'm at like a moral.
Bro, I bet, right?
What?
If you start, like, from based on what I said today, if you start taking a little bit of a deeper dive to figure out where these people really from, you're going to be like, I really don't know many black people. There's 100 niggas in my job. 70% of them niggas is black. Well, just in my center. Is barely any of them American.
So you're saying it's a bunch of black women here that just got here 20
People
years ago.
that look like you think like, oh, it's my nigga right here. Niggas be Haitian, Trini, Guyanese, whatever the fuck. Jamaican, whatever, bro.
But my nigga, like, especially like down south, them is black folks, nigga.
That's down south. You're not down south.
New York, cool. I could dig it.
But I think down south too, there is a lot of there's mixture. You may see there may be a greater concentration of them there, but there's still that mixture where they kind of blend in because you think everybody just black. Nah, nigga.
I hear you.
All skin folk ain't kinfolk, my G.
All skin folk is not kinfolk. And not some of these American Negro women neither.
Yo, I'm out of here.
Until next time, on the Safe Place for Toxic
You
Masculinity
skunt.
Podcast. See y'all next week.
We out of here.